Party. Why do you have a wolf?
Okay. There we go.
Ow, woo. Oh, woo.
Don't worry about it.
And I would like to be able to see, so I have to close that. All right. I think that that is everything. Okay, let's see. My roll 20 still works. All right. I think we're good.
So I'm in an obnoxious mood. I'm so sorry.
Folks. So welcome to this this game here that we're doing that we didn't do last week. Apologies for anyone who missed us. We missed us too. But college is busy sometimes, and sometimes you have to make sacrifices for the greater good, I guess. Not that that's a lesson I think you should take away from this.
Whoa. Whoa.
However, we are back. We are Vagabond. The Vagabonds are here. This is Baggage Claim D&D. I still get them mixed up, but I am in space. Your Dungeon Master Matt. We've also got Kanan played by Abigail, Varis played by Jevin, and Ira played by Sky, or the picture of Sky, and Harriet played by Haley. So we'll begin with a brief, kind of lengthy recap. 'Cause it's been 2 weeks.
Though.
So
Real quick,
yeah.
we've got an art reveal to do.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Ready?
Boom!
Look at her!
Looks great.
Yeah, that's
Love
you.
her.
Oh,
So
and you
cool.
included the thing.
That's cool.
That's super
It's
cool.
this artist.
Yeah, sign
That
up.
artist at this. Wait, I can point at it right there.
I don't know where I
Yeah.
am on the screen.
You're
Somewhere.
to my
Go here.
you're on an Ira's side. So it would be
Other way. There you
I don't
go.
know directions.
No, that's right.
I've got like a 50-50
Anyway,
chance I'm
recap,
pointing at it.
Recap. Okay.
Okay,
That's the
so
art. There we go.
we'll drop into the recap and change the music a little bit. All right, so last time on the Vagabonds, last we left off, the party had made their way through the winding and maze-like hell city of Yizdra after arriving there via the boatman. You went in search of your longtime friend Fang and Varis' sister Drusilla, both of whom had been captured by the long-standing enemy, a Rakshasa that you knew as Corzin Fatedraw, who also was known as Ados. In your journey through the city, you saw many strange sights and experienced the terror of having a teammate stolen from you right under your grasp, when Anira was snatched from the cave you'd holed up in overnight. Seeking her out, you managed to find your way home to the home of Visir, a Cambion of some power who claimed to be the daughter of Corzin. A tense negotiation ensued where you bargained away the Ring of Ados, a powerful magical object, in exchange for Anira's life. And your deal paid off. Anira was returned, mostly unharmed, and you spent an uneasy night in Visir's mansion, where Varis entreated his wily patron Fetch and pleaded for the return of his powers. Fetch obliged, but informed Varis that he would be taking something later. Refreshed from the night, though still wary of the corrupting influence of the Hells, you ventured out towards Corzin's mansion, Visir and her Bone Devil soldiers leading the way. You quickly passed through the city and found yourselves at the outer gates of the courtyard. Taking a moment to prepare yourselves, you gave Visir the signal and burst through the gates, her soldiers rapidly dispatching the few human gardeners, and you raced to the front of the house. Entering in, you discovered an eerily similar mansion to the one some of you spent time in at New Calamon, but perverted and evil. You hurried down the nearby hallway and found a passageway hidden behind a bookcase that led to a complex and dangerous lair of Corzin. Venturing in, you faced many different struggles and challenges, and each time found yourselves victorious. Notably, you fought against one of Corzin's other children, a Cambion named Durant, and prevented the formation of a strange, gigantic elf. Through a series of hard fights and strange experimental chambers, you finally found your way to the final room in which waited the Rakshasa Ados. Entering in, Ados delivered a monologue of sorts in which he tried to divide you and destroy your hopes, while gloating about the power, intellect, and skills that he and the other lieutenants of the Shepherd of Fire possessed. Undaunted, you fought hard and eventually emerged victorious, though several of you brushed close with death. Corzin, prior to his death, tried to explain his actions, recognizing his end was at hand, and you all saw the broken man burst to ash, his previously severed hand remaining after death. You quickly freed Fang and Drusilla and began your ascent from the dungeon-like lair, quickly making your way back to the surface and seeing the carnage left by Vizier and her soldiers. Only one bone devil remained, the other having been thrust through by its own scorpion tail, and you saw Vizier completely coated in blood, bone, and sinew. A brief exchange was had, after which Vizier put on the Ring of Ados. A power emanated from her and sent out a pulse, shaking each of you and the house behind, and after, Vizier rose to her feet, once more with one eye remaining the same crystal blue, and the other permanently changed to that of Corzin. Her power grown, Vizier then offered to lead you through the city as a thank you, and proceeded to do so. However, once you reached the central market area, 4 massive horned devils descended, and Vizier told you to run while she dealt with them. You rushed from the city, only briefly getting lost in the maze of streets, and exited to find the terrain changed. You ran across the open desert and hurried into the Helltree Forest, where you proceeded with caution, only once being caught by a passing insect-like devil who allowed you to go on by word from Vizier. You saw many other strange sights and finally, mercifully arrived at the small dock where the boatman awaited you. Entering onto his raft, Feng expressed some hesitation but continued nonetheless, and you began your journey back to the surface, a certain weight being lifted. As you ascended near the waterfall from the river Styx, you had a close encounter with one of the soul creatures, causing Feng to nearly pass out and utter the name, Kasha. You rose the rest of the way and finally exited from the hells altogether. While the boatman's ship descended back into the water, leaving only the raft exposed, the boatman took you to the opposite side of the river and anchored the boat before asking for his toll. 1 life for many. After some deliberation, Feng volunteered to give his life so that you could continue. He gave you parting words and the gift of his manacles, and assured you that he would go on to freedom, to Kasha. The boatman accepted his gift and transformed him into the essence of who he was before releasing him in the form of a small prismatic ship that rose and disappeared from sight. The boatman returned you to the other side of the river, and you disembarked, heading back to your room, exhausted physically and emotionally. The next day, you came to see Balthazar at his forum, where collectively you had some choice words for him. Balthazar was unapologetic about his withholding of certain bits of information, but expressed his sincere condolences for Feng's death, and immense gratitude at your completing your final assignment and finding yourselves out of his debt. A few of you talked for some time before leaving, and everyone spent a bit of time apart. And that is where we left off. And we'll pick up right in the evening the day after you returned. Tomorrow you'll have, just for clarity's sake, because it's been a little while, tomorrow you'll have 5 days left until the dinner with Nas and the Iron Legion, and in the meantime, you'll have time to take care of some business around town, to shop, or to train, whatever. So we'll switch to some nice calm music. So you all have returned from your various locations and activities from the day. Kanan and Anira outside the city, Varis, Zarius, and Harriet from the Punchline Bar, and have all settled in for a much needed night of sleep. During this night, Varis, you find yourself actually sleeping, which is a rarity, and in the midst of it, you feel yourself in an intense dream. You're walking through a pristine meadow, with trees reaching up hundreds of feet all around you. Hold on 1 second here, because I have meadow noises, so I can put you in there. The grass and flowers surrounding you stretch up above your waist, and you feel small once more, almost like you did when you were a child growing up back home. You walk for a few minutes, enjoying the warm air and the sound of the wind through the leaves and grasses, and overhead the sky begins to form. Now that you're thinking about it, you hadn't actually seen a sky before, just an empty void, but now you see a pearlescent purple twilight take shape and give background behind the branches and leaves. As you walk, the grass of the meadow begins to recede until it's down around your ankles, and you find yourself in fairly nice, if somewhat ordinary clothing. No armor, no weapons. As you walk, the trees abruptly stop, and you see a vast expanse splay out in front of you, and eventually the grass stops altogether, giving way to a rough desert with high cliffs rising up from the sand. A single gargantuan tree remains between you and the desert, a lonely tree nearest to a large boulder, and you see a singular feature sitting cross-legged under the branches, dressed in black and purple merchant's clothing. From the black hair on the figure's head, you see two stumps rising up that used to be antlers. The figure does not rise, but beckons to you, hand outstretched. Behind him, you see the cliffs being hewed out, and many of the rocks being taken to build a massive and intimidating wall that surrounds the large entrance. And after a moment of watching this play out, you recognize it to be the eastern gate of Renovash. Again, the figure beckons to you, and you hear a whisper in your mind that says, "Now." You start awake, your eyes flashing open, still feeling a little spinning from the alcohol the night before. What would you like to do?
Everyone else is asleep right now. Can I, look up and see?
Yeah, you take a look around. Everyone else is asleep, or otherwise occupied, because Anira is likely in trance.
Yeah. Can I slip out of my bedroll or whatever I'm resting in and walk out into the hallway?
Sure, yeah. You hear in the hallway there's a number of rowdy noises, as that you are in a brothel. I'm not going to imitate them because I don't want our stuff to get pulled off, but you hear those kinds of noises from each of the rooms down the hallway.
All right. I won't stay in the hallway long then. I'm headed out the door to outside of the palace escape.
Yeah, easy enough. You make your way out there. And the streets are mostly barren. It is the middle of the night, so there's not a lot of people walking around. But it seems like strangely absent of people.
Can I try and find a secluded alleyway?
Sure. Yeah, it's easy enough to do.
Wouldn't easily be seen.
Yeah. There's really, like I said, there's not a lot of people out, so pretty much anywhere you want to go, you could find a place not to be seen.
Okay. And so I'll just find a spot, kind of sit down on the ground, leaning up against the wall, and try and recall as much of the figure that he saw in that dream as he could.
Okay.
And then, in recalling that, I'd like to do silent image to create the figure just kind of standing up right in front of me.
Okay. Yeah. It's easy enough to do.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty good. You get a pretty good image of the figure. I mean, it was a really crisp dream. You had a really, it's one of those things where it's like you could see it even though you're far away, kind of thing. You see it really close. So, you've got a nice image of it.
Okay. Is this you? Kind of looks like you, but there's also things that I don't recognize. The stubs, for example. Is this what you used to be? Or am I just going crazy? It's probably that. And then, just kind of looking at it now, is there anything else that now that I'm really getting a good look at it, is there anything else that I can make out about it, I guess? About the figure?
It looks like Fetch. I mean, it's definitively him. The clothing is a little strange because you haven't seen him in that kind of, normally he's pretty fancily dressed. I know fancily is a real word, so we can stick with that. But he's normally very elegantly dressed, and he looks like he's headed to market to make some trades, which is strange to see him in. Seems kind of lowly for him, but at least he would see it that way. But no, you don't. I mean, he just looks like him. He's got the same big eyes and pointed ears.
He doesn't look visibly younger or older.
Make an intelligence check.
That I can tell. 8.
8. Okay. Yeah. Not that you can tell.
Okay. Well, I look forward to hearing back from you soon. I don't know what now means, but I assume it means something's probably going to be happening soon. I'll wait patiently, I guess. and I'll dispel it and get up, go back to the room, and try and head back to sleep.
Okay, just to be clear, you did recognize the location as outside of the eastern gate,
Okay.
and the figure was gesturing to...
Oh. Jevin's tired. Jevin didn't put it together.
That's
So
okay.
maybe then instead of doing that, he'll head to the eastern gate.
Okay. Okay.
Like he'll get to the door and then I'll stop and we'll be like, wait. And then he'll go towards the eastern gate.
That sounds good. All right. You make your way through, and again, the city is fairly barren. There's really not a lot of people out. But as you approach the gate, the two human guards there kind of sleepily call out to you, "Hold on, city's closed. What's your business?"
Point to the pin on my shirt.
Oh, yes, sir, right away. You could go through. Our apologies, sir. And you see them like straighten up their uniforms and kind of dust themselves off a little bit. And they open up a smaller personnel gate, and they hold the metal door open for you.
Whichever one is more handsome, I wink at, and then I walk through the gate.
Seem just a little confused at one another. They're like, did he just do that?
Good.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Once you exit and get about 50 or so feet from the wall, you see the night sky overhead, so full of stars, begin to twist and change. The black of night fades and shifts, and you see the ever-twilight sky, familiar to the Feywild, come into existence. You walk across the desert underfoot and see a large tree near a hefty boulder, and a figure sitting under the tree wearing black and purple merchant's clothing. 2 stumps rising from his head. What would you like to do?
Just kind of under my breath. That's what you meant. And then just approach, I guess, slowly.
As you approach, you see the familiar face of Fetch. Huge oval-shaped eyes with purple galaxies whirling within. Sinister grin smeared across his face. Hyper-angular features and tall ears. Fetch pats the grass next to him, gesturing for you to sit down facing the city with him. Do you?
Timidly, yes. I'll walk over and just kind of, hi.
You know, Varis, I was quite impressed with how you handled everything down there. Defeating Ados is no small feat. Plus, you rescued your sister. Quite the hero, I might say.
I mean, yeah, I didn't do it alone, but yeah, thanks.
You might be wondering why I've called you here. You see, you've done something wonderful, and I want to reward you out of my generosity.
I appreciate your generosity.
I've decided to grant you an extra boon. All yours. No takesies backsies.
Okay.
You can choose from anything you like. You could make yourself taller. You could speak with animals. You could protect yourself with ice in times of danger. You could even make yourself more cunning. So what'll it be?
You know, there's a scene that's been going through my head a lot recently. A scene from a long time ago. I got the opportunity to walk on air. I'd like to be able to do that again.
An excellent choice. You know, it's times like these where I really enjoy our arrangement. Like watching a child open their gifts on their birthday. Still, it's not all fun and games. You wouldn't ever betray me, would you?
No, of course not.
Good. Because Nas has had his eye on you, you know. And it is a rare occurrence indeed that he does not get what he wants. Be cautious. The flames of infatuation often burst into the roaring inferno of scorn. It may be in your best interest to play to his vanity.
I will, until his needs don't suit our needs anymore.
I'll be watching from afar, Varis.
You look nice, by the way.
Oh, these? And he kind of brushes off the clothing. Why, thank you. I must say once more, excellent job in rescuing your sister. I'll be interested to watch her travels and to see your home when she arrives. I expect I'll enjoy it there. Goodbye, Varis. And Fetch rises to his feet and holds out his hand to help you to yours.
I'll take it.
Once you're standing in front of him, he pulls you in for a tight hug and holds you in front of him once more, one hand on either shoulder. This was fun. And he begins walking off in the direction that you escorted Drusilla.
Oh, God. Ah.
Congratulations, you're level 10.
Ooh.
But at what cost?
Not at what cost, indeed. They'll just kind of stand there for like at least 60 seconds and be like, oh God, what the fuck just happened? And then start to walk back.
Okay.
Still just kind of distressed.
All right. Sounds great. You make your way back into the city. The guards are very aware of you. You know, they're kind of like on guard now, like they're supposed to be. But you make your way back in and get the rest of your night's rest, no problem. And for the rest of you, the evening passes without issue. There's no problem or anything like that. None of you have any crazy wild dreams. So you all awake in the morning, ready to enjoy another day. What is it that you all would like to do?
Make some tea.
Yeah, all right, sounds great.
Yes, I'm definitely gonna do that.
Okay. Harriet starts making some tea.
Well, everyone, good morning.
How are you feeling after your... Was that last night? Am I going crazy? Your night out?
Well, my
I
head
think we
hurts.
were all asleep. I don't think we knew.
No, I mean when we went and did drinks and Varis and Zarius got hammered.
You
I don't remember
guys
what
got
day
hammered?
it is.
Yeah.
I don't know where else he'd be going in the middle of the night. Just it was Varis and Zarius, and they, drank a lot. And I got this teacup. I'm gonna use it right now.
I mean,
Wow. Does that have little fighters on it?
Nice. They just gave it to me.
They just gave it to me.
No one stopped me.
no, I'm definitely not going to be doing any fighting today. But I'm alright.
I mean, kind of happens when you drink a lot, though I'd have to say it was well needed for the two of you. Yeah. I don't know. I honestly don't know what to do. I need to talk with Balthazar, but I think I'll wait till tomorrow. And I'd rather go alone if that's okay. I'm not gonna try anything or whatnot. But yeah, need to get that hand of Corzin looked at. I did promise you, Harriet, that I would do that.
I'd appreciate that.
I'll probably walk around the city a little bit today. Just to wander.
Sounds smart.
Wandering sounds nice.
I almost...
How do you relax? Does anybody here know?
Some tea is a good start,
That's
I
all
think.
I know to relax. That's about it. That's
That-
all I've got.
It's far too real. I thought this was D&D.
Well,
I can show you guys some stretches to get you all nimble if you want.
Maybe. Probably should. I
Yeah.
don't think I could stretch like you, Kanan, but I don't know if I really want to, so I don't know, like the downward tabaxi or whatever that stretch is.
We still call it the downward facing dog like you guys do. Even though we're cats. But if you guys want to go with me today to get maybe a pen and paper.
Oh?
You don't? That's okay.
I said, oh. I was curious. What?
Any
for?
special pen or just any?
Any pen and paper, preferably usable and unmarred paper.
Well, yes.
I'll see what other random trinkets I can find while we're looking for that. I'll find something funky.
You are something funky, Varis. What was that? You're proving my point.
I know, I was agreeing with you.
So we're just gonna take a day, maybe?
I think we can take a couple days.
I think we had enough training from Corzin.
And our next fight isn't for a while, right? I mean, we have the dinner, but it's not like we're going to be fighting.
Goodness,
And I think we can take a break. I think we deserve a break. We've been in hell, for Pete's sake.
Right? Not all people go to hell and survive.
All people
all
go
people.
to hell and come back.
You're right about that.
Are you planning to wear those manacles?
I guess I haven't really taken them off. I don't know. I mean, it's fangs. If you'd like them, I can give them to you.
No, I don't want to take that from you. I just am curious your intentions with them. If you're going to... I don't know. I'm just curious. Grieving's funny. If you want to... If wearing them helps, it helps. And I'm not going to critique that.
I'd like to use them to make a book of Fang. But I don't want to do that until I've perfected it. I think for now, I'll wear them. But I don't know when I guess grieving's over, I'll put them in the box unless you guys want them.
I don't know if grieving's ever over. But there's a point where wearing those things isn't helping, it's hurting, you know? So just pay attention to that. That's all I ask.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
But shopping, fun things. We're gonna go look at nice things in the market. I don't know, maybe I'll buy some nice jewelry or something. I don't know.
Did we get any money from Catman?
Yes,
I think
we did. We got
I thought it was a lot.
a lot of
I
money.
thought we got quite the bank.
I don't think any of us actually put it in our...
Yeah, I don't think we split it up because I still have the 2100 from the fight.
I was just curious. If I'm gonna go and buy funky shit, I need my own money to carry around. But
in the chat.
that's not to say I don't have money right now. Just
I would
Tossing
believe
it
it if you
out
didn't
there.
have money right now, Varis.
at least I don't have Zaris' soul.
I think Zarius is still out. It's hammered.
You got
Well-
from Korzin's lair. You got 2 bags full of diamonds, which I believe Zarius already put in his stuff. The dagger, which Anira had. The robes of the Archmagi, and the belt of dwarven kind, as well as 1,374 platinum pieces, and a second lab book, and lots of half-eaten brains, which I think you left those behind.
We did not bring them as like a on-the-go snack.
Souvenir. Snack.
So
And
everyone
Zarius just kept the jewels and stuff,
He
right?
just kept the
Diamonds.
diamonds, yeah.
It's
Okay, so divided
1374.
by 343.
Well, five because Zarius. I got 274.8 platinum per.
I think Zaris.
He didn't.
Some of the platinum. Platinum's a lot.
Are we not giving him any platinum?
I think we should have some of the platinum. But Harriet can hold on to it.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what I
because his
do.
sword will just eat it.
Yeah, he just asked for the jewels, if I remember right.
Cool. So yeah, 343.5.
Intake on
What is-
the
In this brothel, sliding coins at one another.
Yeah.
This isn't sketchy.
Bring out my pocket abacus. Wait, is that what you do, Mathon?
Yeah.
Counting my money. Okay.
All right, though. What about the belts and the robes?
I mean, I don't much need a robe, or a belt of any kind. There's not much to be holding up here. It is about time I get some new clothes, though. So maybe get all dressed up for this last fight.
Yeah,
Oh, you know, dinner.
that's what I was thinking. I mean, we want to have every advantage we can, so we have these two things.
Plus, we might all die, so there's that option.
Might as well go down with a fight, you know?
That's
Yeah.
probably how we would go down. Is with the fight.
I'm just asking who gets what. So.
Well, I don't know. I don't feel comfortable wearing any of those things. So, I know I can, but I won't. Not at
Alright.
least right now. I don't mind if others here wear them, though. I don't.
What if I wore the robe and literally nothing else?
I don't want to see that.
Why not?
You have your personals to guard.
That's the thing that you just said. Wow. I could like cut it open in the middle, you know, to show off my chest a little bit.
The whole thing of a robe is the whole middle is cut out. There is no middle, Varis.
Oh, is that? I can't see it. Where is it? What does it look like?
Just wearing a hospital robe backwards. Just like
Not
instead
that
of
Thor's a
mooning
bathrobe.
everyone.
It's not a bathrobe. These are it's clothing.
Oh, so it's like a robe en battant. Got that nice little thing down the back, all ugly looking.
I don't know.
The Korzen crop top.
But they
So
are powerful.
robes isn't just clothing.
Yeah, it's robes of the it's the robe of the Archmagi. It's a very, very powerful magical item that Canon you can't wear. Sorcerer, warlock, or wizard.
You can sneak it on Ariad in her sleep.
I think Zarius wanted one of them. I heard robes, right?
It's one
Plural.
set of robes.
Clothings? Meaning,
There's a
There is
belt
one item.
and there's a robe.
Right.
the dwarf belt,
A piece
the
of clothing.
Archmagite
Yeah,
robe.
the robe of the Archmagi. You would say that person is wearing robes, right? But it's a single robe of the Archmagi.
Like, I'm gonna have to look this up.
I wonder if there's like
Lord.
a picture.
So does anybody want this belt? I think you can like speak Dwarvish. I don't hear of anything else about it.
So it makes you increases your constitution, and you grow a beard.
That's kind of fire.
I think Zarius should have it.
Oh no.
Yeah, you get +2 to constitution, and also advantage on persuasion checks made to interact with dwarves. And you can speak, read, and write Dwarvish. You get dark vision, and you have advantage on saving throws against poison and resistance against poison damage. You also have a 50% chance each day at growing a beard.
Don't we all?
Don't we all?
I don't know.
I mean,
Well,
really, anything in life is a 50-50 chance.
That's a theory.
I'm gonna go try this robe on. You guys decide who gets the belt.
Okay.
I'm not wearing that belt. I've got enough hair here.
I mean, did you say you could see in the dark with that belt? Hold on. Hold on.
Yes.
I just realized that part. If
Please.
Darius isn't here, he's knocked out asleep.
Yes. Harriet with the beard. Yes.
How does
I
that?
see no
Can you
cons.
can you grow hair through scales?
It says
I
if
don't
you're
know.
able.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're
Do it
able to grow
anyway.
it.
It's just like a scale. Like it's not a beard. It's like a dragon equivalent of a beard. Like the fronds on her face just get
Yeah, they-
worse.
Nice.
I mean, I'll take it. I can't speak Dwarvish. I've never tried, but
I mean, you guys, how did you guys get this information? Was it from Balthazar?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I'm not much for trusting the guy and him actually letting us know the dangers of things we're getting into. But if you trust that he's let you know all of what's going on with these pieces, I would assume it's safe.
I mean, I definitely feel better about this item than those robes. I don't
I have a
know.
picture of them online, by the way. They're pretty nice.
Varis peeks his head out. Guys, they're kind of fire.
Are they white and gold? At least in this picture. But...
I guess I'll take it for now. If Zarius wakes up and wants it. Unless I can't
think
take it
Zarius
off.
should be allowed to have a beard. I think it'd be
What?
ugly.
What? Says
Why
the one who's
not?
you're covered in hair, Kanan.
I was born this way. I can't help it. Have you seen naked tabaxis? Oh
No.
God, they're ugly.
Why would I have ever seen a naked tabaxi, Kanan? Actually,
You know,
that
like
one time you
without
got
the
the massage, I guess. So yes.
Like hairless tabaxi.
No?
I mean, they sunburn easy. They kind of stay underground.
Interesting. So how does that mean that relates to Zarius not being able to have a beard?
It
That's
just
like-
wouldn't look
Do
good.
we have a list of rules? Like if I did change something about my appearance and then I found out it was on this mystery list?
I mean, I'm not controlling your guys' lives. I don't care.
Like,
I would just strongly not have made that decision if I were in your shoes.
so to clarify, am I allowed to have a beard?
I don't think you can grow a beard. Like, in the physical sense.
Well, I'm taking this since apparently Zarius can't grow a beard. So I guess I'll put it on.
All right. You put it on, and it takes you a good, 20 minutes to actually get the buckles to the right length and everything.
Yeah.
And, you really spend some time fussing with it. But once you get it on there, you feel quite a bit, more fortuitous. Or not, no. You feel a lot more sturdy as your constitution goes up by 2. You feel you could probably see a little bit better in this room, too. You get dark vision up to 60 feet, and you can speak, read, and write Dwarvish. I'll drop it on your character sheet, so you don't have to add these things.
Meanwhile, Varis is still in the process of taking off his armor to try on the robe.
Clink, clink.
Boom. Been dropped. So yeah, you've got dark vision now. You have... I'll read you the stats again.
Proud of you, Haley.
Who knows what evils I just put on, but at least I can see.
That's a quote.
Okay, yeah, last time...
Oh damn, her constitution's up there now.
So yeah, you get a +2 to Constitution to a max of 20. You get advantage on persuasion checks made to interact with dwarves.
I already have advantage on well, okay, yeah, sorry.
Advantage just with dwarves, yeah.
Okay.
You also have a 50% chance each day at dawn of growing a full beard if you're capable, or a visibly thicker beard if you already have one. So you also have advantage on saving throws against poison, and you have resistance against poison. I would say that this resistance stacks with your other resistance. So you get double resistance to poison.
Bam, bam.
Yeah, with the potential to negate it altogether if it's low enough, right? All the way down to 1 point or something. You get dark vision out to 60 feet, and you can speak, read, and write Dwarvish. Welcome to the dark vision gang.
Yeah! She's gonna put it on, and I'm picturing, the freaking gunslinger. She's putting all her, her holsters onto it, and she's doing the weird belt buckle stance thing. She's like... Because she only knows Common and Draconic. She has not learned any languages in her 52 years of life beyond.
Well, now you can see in the dark, and you
there
can
you go.
speak another language.
I am feeling great all of a sudden. I'm ready to shop. And that was probably said in Dwarvish. She doesn't even know what she's doing.
Nice.
Can I respond?
Oh, go for it.
Can I respond in Sylvan? What?
I don't know what you said.
I don't know what you said.
Hayden's just like, what? Why are you guys all speaking in different languages? Quit that now. No idea what you're saying.
Voss, are you still trying that thing on?
I don't wear robes very often, plus armor takes a long time to get out of, so I'm getting there. Give me another 2 minutes.
All right.
Another 2 minutes goes by, and Varis, you feel pretty comfortable in these robes. Almost like after you got them on, they've kind of fit to you. I can add these to your character sheet in just a sec. So you can't wear or use any other armor is a restriction that I'm putting on it. So
yeah, I mean my other armor would be way worse anyways. So
I just mean your shield too.
Yeah. Okay. Good to know.
So here you go. Boom. Dragged on and dropped. So yeah, your AC should be 20.
Yeah. Ooh. Hello. Okay, cool.
Did it auto-update your spell save DC and attack bonus?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sweet.
Yeah, it did. Nice.
All right. This robe also has 3 pockets on it. There's one pocket that can be torn off. There's one pocket with a healing potion on it. There's one pocket with, it looks like it's just a couple of small beads, like marbles almost, on it. And then there's one pocket with, gosh, I put a note down. What was the other thing? It's I'm blanking on it. I'll tell you what the third one is whenever I can remember.
No worries.
But it has those 3 pockets on it. It's one-time use types of things.
Yeah. Nice. All this other stuff. Here?
What was the other thing? I don't know. That's going to drive me nuts.
The other. Oh.
You have advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects. Yowie. And so he'll just kind of come out like arms out, like, "Hey, how do I look?" And he'll
Look pretty
say,
good on you.
"Hey, how do I look?"
Those look pretty good on you, Varis.
Yeah?
Like they were made to fit you.
I mean, I think it's just one of those magical item things. I put it on and it was like, you know. You
Well,
know,
Do you have the
No.
ability to take them off?
I would assume. Would you like me to demonstrate for you right now?
I'm good. Like I said earlier, I don't want to see it.
Well, if you ever do, that's a joke. I don't want to make those jokes around you. I apologize. Anyways,
I think it looks great.
thank
You're
you.
rocking it. Probably more than whatever bastard wore before you. I'm sure you look better.
Damn right. I look better than a lot of people, so
All right. Put that one on
that was
the
reassuring.
put that one on the poster for our next tournament. Barcelimian, I look better than a lot of people. I'm sure they'll all be holding that banner up for the fight.
I hate
I
you
don't know.
guys.
People seem to be a little hesitant to support us.
Yeah.
I mean, we're hesitant to support a lot of the behaviors here, so they're entitled to their opinions.
I agree.
We're not going to be here too much longer. Anyways, hopefully, you know. Kill the man and claim our baggage. Sorry.
Yep.
But I'm ready to go. I have a ton of money that I would like to spend on stupid shit.
Well, let's get to buying some stupid shit then.
First, out the door.
Thank you for the
Child
tea this
who's-
morning, Harriet.
Like yeah.
You're welcome. Oh, did you see my mug? I mean, my cup, and she shows it to everybody. She's like, she puts it
Oh.
back in her teacup holster.
I'll come find you all, and an arrow kind of take off in her own direction for a little bit.
All right,
Okay,
sounds
stay
good.
safe with the folks around.
Okay. All right, so Anira is heading off on her own. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
I would like to go somewhere specific.
Sure. We can do that first if you'd like. All right. Where would you like to go?
I would like to go to Balthazar's
Okay.
and see if he can identify the orange life goop.
The orange life goop. Okay. I have to look at what that... that was from...
Corzens.
Yeah. Let me pull up.
It was the kind of smells like rotten tangerines.
I think I remember. I just want to make sure I'm not going to like say the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Because you got that... Where did you... Oh, it was off the table, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. Okay. I got it. I'm back on
Cool.
board. Okay. I just have to find out where it is. All right. So, yeah, you want to go... Okay, so you make your way out of the palace escape, head through the city, and it's fairly busy. It's like a normal day in Renovash. You know, there's people kind of milling about, going to the different shops, and you guys aren't exactly getting an early start, so, you know, it's fair busy enough out there. But as you make your way through, you do notice that there are a couple of the red vests kind of tailing you, but they're keeping a good distance back. But you make your way around the curving streets to the flashing neon sign, the magical sign that says Balthazar's Forum. You head up the flight of stairs, just a single flight of stairs today, and you push the wide open doors into Balthazar's Forum. You see the large open area, the nice black obsidian floor. It's polished and reflective. You see the crimson banners kind of draped around the room. And you see Balthazar reading in a book and copying notes at the standing desk, kind of in the center of the room.
Cool. I'll just kind of walk up and wait there for him to acknowledge that I'm there. I don't want to, like, interrupt him. So.
Okay. He doesn't say anything right away. He lets you get, like, right up to the desk, and then he doesn't look up and just says, "Yes, Anira."
How much would it cost me for you to identify something?
Identify is a simple spell. I'm surprised that no one in your group has learned it. But 50 gold would be sufficient.
50 gold will do. And I'll pull out the vial.
Okay. You set the vial down. Do you set it on the table?
Yeah.
Okay. You set the vial down, and he kind of looks at it and just without, like, really taking it, kind of not taking it seriously, he just kind of glances at it and then casts an identify, and you see the yellow ring form around his hand. He passes it over the stuff real quick and then looks at it. And you see him kind of double take his hand again and look at that stuff and pick it up and kind of, like, hold it against the light. And you see him whisper another spell. And his eyes flash kind of yellow. And he holds it and he goes, "Ah, I understand. This is no trinket. Where did you come upon this?"
Around.
Around. Well, it could not have been on this plane. This item is extremely powerful. It is a very dangerous, and this potion is very dangerous. If consumed, will cause blindness and paralysis. Temporarily, of course, if you can treat it soon enough. After 6 days, the effects become permanent.
Good to know. Anything else I should know about it?
Don't drink it.
Dang.
It has no effect if you throw it, or if it spills on something, it's inert.
Must be
Only if you consume
ingested.
it. Yes,
Understood. Well, thank you.
of course.
Enjoy your reading, I suppose. You will probably see one of us again.
I look forward to it. Goodbye, Anira.
And I'll just leave.
All right, you head out. Is there anything else you wanted to take care of today?
I'll just be following them.
Okay.
That was just the thing.
All right, you catch up with the rest of the group, and what would the rest of you like to do?
Varis is a kid in the mall that's just been handed $100. He's going buck wild.
Okay.
Just buying the most random shit.
Okay.
Just the most random things.
All right. So you make your way out, and you see again into the streets of Renovash. You see there's just a lot of people kind of milling about, and as you go, you get a lot of looks. And again, it's that same kind of, like, people recognize you, and at first there's that initial moment of excitement, and then they realize I'm not supposed to be excited about them, and that the mood changes, kind of thing. But the shopkeepers are more than happy to take your money, so they're very enthusiastic. You see all kinds of things like T-shirts with your faces on them. You see T-shirts with the Iron Legion's faces on them. All kinds of, like, models and trinkets of them, you know, holding the shield and all this kind of stuff. You see, like, stickers, effectively, that say, like, you know, visit Haversteep, that kind of thing, because that's where they're from. You see a teacup with Vagabonds scrawled across it, but it's spelled wrong. It's very obviously was made this morning, kind of thing. And it's just like the rough outline and rough color of each of you, you know, like the kind of yellowish fur for Kanan, the greenish for Harriet, and so on. But it's very poorly made, so... but yeah, I mean, whatever you want to find. This is like a, you know, like a souvenir store. So there's a bunch.
Is there
I mean, there's a bunch everywhere.
scroll shop anywhere?
Balthazar's, but
Ugh.
it's kind of the only game in town for that kind of thing.
Not damn this Balthazar Monopoly. It's hitting hard.
It's almost like
Not
he's
even,
super
like-
powerful and pushes out his competition.
What?
So there's nowhere Kanan can go that isn't Balthazar's where she can get like a scroll and a pen.
Just basic paper, or you
I feel
want
like I could've given
magical
you that.
paper to do a
I
scroll
want like
with.
basic paper.
You can get that almost
Give me
anywhere.
that old.
yeah.
Oh, okay. So.
Yeah. A scroll is like,
It's
you
like-
know, I thought you meant like a spell scroll.
She
Okay.
can't use that anyways.
Yeah,
I don't
you can.
think.
Anybody can use a spell scroll.
I'm picturing Kaden going and buying this really expensive magic scroll paper just to write like her little note that she's gonna do.
Yeah.
It's like, why'd you drop? I'm glad you're living large.
Spendable income.
Yeah.
We just got our stimulus checks and we're going wild in this town.
That's
Okay.
so sad.
So yeah, finding just paper is easy enough. Paper and a pen, yeah, that's easy. Actually, the only pen that you can find is a novelty pen. It's like one of those, you know, you turn it upside down and the lady's clothes go off and she's in a bikini.
I don't
but-
want that.
It's the only pen you got. This
Oh
one
my
happens
God.
to be of one of the defeated teams. It's one of the people from Mania Nastavos.
Oh, that's no. I'm not getting that. No,
There's no other pens, so
Kanan's just not gonna get a pin.
okay.
Right in blood.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
people on your team have pens. It's part of their kits, maybe. Especially Zarius, who is a cleric and has to write stuff down. And anyone with a spell book has a pen.
I have a bag of votes.
I got a rock.
I got a Jordan.
I'm good. I can just remember it. I'll just have to ask Balthazar.
If you want to find a pen, it's easy enough to find a pen.
Okay, it's just morbid. And we just lost our friend, and I don't want to be. Anyways, Kanan doesn't want to be. I don't know, glorifying that when she just lost her friend. So
Sure. You got a pen.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, just a basic pen, and some paper. How much is it? Is the question.
Mark off 10 silver.
Alrighty. Perfect.
Are there any like magical items aside from Balthazar's place? Like,
Ill-Gotten Gains has some stuff, and then what is it called? I'm Smelting has like magical armor and weapons and those kinds of things. But as far as just like an enchanter store or something like that, yeah, Balthazar's is the place to go.
okay. Then Varis is gonna think to himself, realize there's so much shit that he wants to buy, and then be like, wait a moment. I should go. Can I go and see Balthazar real quick? I'll be right back.
I did tell him you would probably see one of us.
I can go with you if you want.
Did you want to?
Well, we're supposed to be having a fun day, not going visiting him all the time.
I'm buying something from him.
I'll be here.
I'll stay with Harriet. I'll wait until tomorrow or something to go visit him.
Sounds good. I'll be back in 10 minutes.
All right. You rush off up the stairs. It's just one flight of stairs again. Push open the doors, and you see Balthazar sitting there reading from a book and copying onto a sheet of paper next to him.
Knock knock. Hello.
Hello,
Good morning.
Varis. How are you today?
I'm energetic. How are
I
you?
can see that. You look good in those robes. I'm surprised to see you wearing them.
Varis will do like a little curtsy. Probably not very well, but he does it anyway.
Okay.
Do you have a bag? Like a magical bag?
A bag of holding?
Sure. Yeah.
Sure, I can provide you with that.
Can I? How much?
1,000 gold.
Counter 100 platinum.
Here you are.
Swag. Okay. That was all. Yeah, that was it. I feel like usually when we're here, we have these giant conversations about life, the universe, and everything. But today we're not doing that. Just business. So, have a good one.
Of
I
course. I'll see you later.
Varis awkwardly walks out,
All right.
and then he'll go rejoin the rest of the group.
Okay. Easy enough.
Bag now.
Did you just go to Balthazar for a shopping bag?
Yes.
And Kanan just bought a pen and paper.
Paper.
I know that I'm not good at buying things, but this was not what I expected.
Not done
Slipping it
shopping.
up with our funds.
The day is young.
I'm not done shopping. I needed this so I could buy more shit.
We can go look at some clothes if you'd like, Harriet. I've gotta replace these rags.
I think I want to look at like jewelry or something, so clothes might be nice too.
Well, let's
Also, I want to
find
buy a
the
really
jewelry
cheesy.
shop.
I want to buy a really cheesy Vagabond shirt.
Oh, I think we all should.
I think we should get matching ones.
I could not agree.
Matching bad merchandise that we can wear around. We can disguise self or whatever.
Let's wear it.
Also look like ourselves. I think it would be a lot of fun.
I agree. I like this idea. Let's wear it to the dinner. Oh my god, we can wear them to the dinner. Please. Please.
We could buy Nas Min t-shirts in that case. I don't know about that.
Go find us some shitty t-shirts to wear to the dinner.
You know, like families that go to Disneyland and they have the matching like family name Disneyland vacation, but it's like Varis' Vagabonds, Renovash, whatever the year is.
Oh my god.
I'm with him, like on the back with an arrow.
I'm with stupid. It's a picture of Varis.
It's like if found, call this number, and it's like Zarius' phone number. Oh no. Okay,
It's really
where are we
funny.
going first?
You want to buy some clothing?
Uh,
Or?
Jewelry.
I like
Sure.
girls' night.
Go girls shopping. I've got a list.
All right.
Zoomed off.
Bye.
All
He's
right.
really moving today.
All right. So who wants to go first?
Go Harriet.
Sure, she'll go.
Okay. What are you trying to find?
She's looking. I'm picturing like something to put on her horns, you know?
Okay.
Like horn jewelry, because she has like her two.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking as Haley, and what she's thinking and looking for. Like kind of not like things that wouldn't be super dangly, like she wants to have them on in the fight type thing.
Okay.
You know?
Okay, got it. Yeah, as you look through the Fetland marketplace, you kind of go back and forth a little ways, and you eventually stumble on this single shop stall that has it's like a bunch of different types of jewelry, but it's primarily like necklaces and bracelets and those kinds of things. But on seeing you approach, there's a younger girl. She's either an elf or half elf. You're not quite sure. She sees you approach and says, "Oh, you're Harriet, aren't you?
Yep, that's me. Who
I
are
made
you?
something for you. I made it for you. Hold on."
What?
She goes around the back side of the shop and like pulls out this box, like lifts up the skirt of the shop stall, pulls out this box, rummages around in there for a second, and pulls it out, slides it back in, and she holds it up to you, and it's this long, like beaded necklace. But each is like an individual polished stone that she's polished herself and drilled through to make this necklace thing. And it's big. I mean, it's like, it's pretty big. But she holds it up. And she says, my name is Anya, and I am just the biggest fan of yours. You're so inspiring.
Oh, Anya, it's really a pleasure to meet you. This is lovely. What is it? What are these stones or?
Oh yes,
I don't
this
know
is
much
just
about jewelry.
this is just gravel that I found around, but I polished it up and I made it really shiny and I coated it so it won't ever go bad. And then I drilled through it with well, I can't give away the secrets of my trade, but I made this necklace for you.
Can I insight check?
Yeah.
You know, just that it's not like I put it on and I die. Not,
Sure.
not like is it nicely made? Harriet's just, coming off of just getting back from hell, like
Right.
people here kind of don't like us type thing.
Yeah.
Also, she just doesn't believe compliments, so. Let's see.
She seems truthful. She seems a little too innocent to really be actively deceptive. A little too young to really know what she's doing as far as lying goes. That's what you get with that check.
Well, all right. What is your price here for this?
Oh, well, I'd just be happy if you wore it. But I suppose if I had to ask for money in exchange, maybe 5 gold?
Well, good art deserves good money. So, how about 10 gold?
10 gold. Wow, you're so generous.
No, I just know good art when I see it. I would be honored to wear this.
Well, thank you. If you'd like, I can put it on for you.
Oh, how tall is she?
She's like 5 feet tall.
Harriet's 6'7", so
Yeah.
she'll get down on her knees,
Yeah.
kind of, be like, all right.
She really struggles and like tries to loop it up over your
Like a
horns.
horn.
Yeah, has to try a couple of times, but eventually, gets it around your neck. Is there anything else I could get for you?
I was wondering, I, again, don't know much about jewelry, but I've seen some, like tiefling folk and things like that have, like, jewelry on their horns or things like that. I was wondering if you had anything, nothing too fancy, I want to be able to be fighting and moving and not get hit in the face with it,
Of course. Yeah, I have a few things here I could adapt to fit you. It'd only take me a few minutes. Here, tell me what you like. And she brings out like a tray full of, it's 5 or 6 different, they look like hairnets, like beaded hairnets. But they're smaller than that, so they definitely look like they're supposed to slide over the horn and fit on. There's one that's like a nice sort of orange tiger stone. It's like orange and black mixed in. There's another one that's like a blue and white mix, kind of swirled in there. And there's one that is like a lime green, like a really bright, vibrant light green. There's another one that's kind of just black, and there's another one that's just kind of white. Whichever one really. There's a bunch,
all of these are beautiful. I think the green one is the one that I'll take today.
I thought you might like that one. Here, let me fit it for you. And she pulls it out and then lifts up the bottom of the tray, and you see it's a pair of them. So, but she, fusses around with the cording on it, and then tries to slide it up over your horn, asks you to kind of bend down. But she manages to get it fit. Yeah, she managed to get it fit pretty well. She holds up a small mirror. It's really blurry, it's not a great mirror, but she does what she can with it.
But that is wonderful. How much are these?
For each of these, it's also 5 gold.
Okay, so then that's 10 for the first piece and 10 for these.
Correct,
So
yes.
that's 20 gold for you. Let's see.
I knew
Anya
what they
is
said
he
was wrong
said.
about you. I didn't believe him for a moment.
Who's them, exactly?
Oh, well, we're not really supposed to talk about it, but, the town favorite is the Iron Legion, and they're the ones who everyone says is going to win, and they say that you are really bad people.
Well, you can't always trust what they are saying. You know what I mean?
I wish I could be so bold.
Well, maybe in time.
Maybe.
Boldness takes practice, Anya. Oh my word, a bird just hit my window. All right. That bird said bold. Hello. Oh my god. Okay. Sorry.
Speaking of bold, I'm drinking Canada Dry Bold. Thank you to
Woo, buddy!
Haley.
I have Canada Dry
Appreciate that.
normal.
Okay.
Anywho, sorry, that bird really. I think an iris bird just distracted me all of a sudden.
Poor
but-
iris bird.
It's alive still. It's just.
Uh,
I mean the bird that actually hit my window.
the bird that hit your
I
window.
don't know. I don't know about an iris bird. Anywho,
Koopa is alive. She's alive.
That bird
Sure.
did definitely not make it through hell.
She didn't go to hell.
You were gone for a while, and
She stayed in Balthazar's forum. It's fine.
I'll start probably. You're about to start killing that thing.
shooting fireballs at it across the. That's why his office was trashed.
He pulls out his Glock.
Yes. Yeah.
It's hunting season. Like, calm down, Balthazar.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry. You know, everyone has different opinions, but I'm glad that I can see you today, and you seem lovely, and I hope that I could have been lovely to you as well. So I'm excited to wear these.
Thank you so much. You really are nothing like they say. You know, they told me that you melt people with your poison.
Wow, you know, that would be news to me. I don't think No, that's never happened.
But
Can't
you have
always
killed
believe
people,
what you
right?
hear. Well, you know, yes.
That's cool.
I've never melted them. But just to check, me wearing these things, that's not going to be, bad for your business, right? That's not... I don't want to...
Oh no, any products that get shown in the arena, that's always good for business.
All right. She'll kind of look at her teacup. Like, told him. Well, have a lovely day. I may be back. I have friends who like trinkets too. But have a good one, Anya.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I hopefully see you soon.
See you soon. She'll walk out.
All right. And who's next? Chopin. All right. Go ahead. What would you like to do, Kanan? What are you looking for?
Yeah. She's just looking for a simple, shift. So just, a plain Jane blouse.
Okay.
And some, bloomer kind of pants. Just, really loose fitting. Think, traditional bloomers. Coming in, at the ankle. Really
Okay.
loose.
All right.
Yeah. Just anything that fits loose and easy to move in.
Okay. So you look around for a little while. I mean, everyone's kind of exploring the marketplace and seeing what they can find. And for the most part, the stuff that you find out there is, it's all, what's the word? It's like, I'm just blanking on the term. It's like novelty. So it's not really meant to be worn or last or that kind of thing. But as you're going through and you've made a pass here, back and forth, and you haven't really found anything, you eventually turn and you notice a little alleyway that juts off and a sign that's all hanging crooked. That's why you didn't notice before, and it kind of swung back up to the front. It says Tower Falls Threads. It's a clothing store. Do you want to enter in?
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
All right, you enter in, and you see, as soon as you enter inside, it's kind of like a small, it feels very cramped. They have a bunch of those pedestals with, the torso on, I don't know what it's called, but the thing, they have clothing displayed on it.
Mannequin?
Sure, yeah, that's a good word for it. It's the word for it, I guess. And, hold on, I have a note here for this. Yeah, I prepared a clothing store. What's up? Nobody thought of that. As soon as I can find the thing. There we go, Falter Step. Put it in the wrong
I get
place.
those level 10 fits.
Yeah. Okay, so, yeah, you enter in, and immediately you see two of the people that you kind of recognize them. They're working behind the counter, just doing some hand stitching, that kind of thing. And throughout the store, there's all kinds of different types of clothing, different styles, different qualities, right? There's all kinds of stuff. But the main thing that you notice behind is they have very fancy fabrics, like very rich silks, rich whatever. Kind of like even with gold threads kind of woven throughout. But you see two people behind the counter you recognize. You saw them on the slave market stage in Falderstep, holding signs saying, "I owe this debt to Anglo Towerfall." And, you know, the policy there is if you don't pay the debt, you have a week to get your debt paid by somebody else to work for them. Otherwise, you go back in indentured servitude. So, these guys are back. But one of them you recognize as Adrin. This is the guy's name on the sign.
Hello, Adrin?
Oh, hi. Do I know you?
I think I saw you in Falderstep.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was a long time ago. I got kind of caught up in some stuff, so, you know, here I am.
Are you doing okay?
I mean, I'm doing as good as I can, you know. Anglo's not a bad guy. He's kind of harsh, but, you know, you do what you can.
That's good. Do you guys sell any, I don't know, nice but loose-fitting clothing? You know, something that can be really nice for, I don't know, 1 or 2 wears, and then, well, I mean, not anything's gonna stay very nice with me, fighting and all.
Oh yeah, well, I can make you something that'll fit pretty well. We have a couple of things in the back here if you want to take a look, but they're not really gonna be fitted for you. Otherwise, I can make you something if you want. It take me a day or two.
Oh, all right. Just something that's sturdy. I don't know much about sewing. I mean, I patched these myself, and she'll show her disgusting bloodied trousers.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
I can see you did that yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, not very trained. But I see that you're pretty trained in this. You've been here for a while.
Oh yeah. Well, I did clothing stuff before I got into the trouble in Falderstep, you know. I just have a problem with gambling, so.
Well, you've got a gift for the clothing.
Well, thank you. I
know?
appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah, I can make you something if you want it to be like kind of like what you have now, but you know, a step up.
I'm feeling a pretty big change.
Oh yeah.
Well, as in, I'd like it to come in at the heels. I find myself kicking and stepping on the ends of my pants pretty often, especially when I run. So if it could be, oh gosh, how do I use sewing terms that other people don't know that I know? Right? I want to say it needs to be gathered at the heel, right? But Kanan has no idea what that means.
And I don't know what it means.
Okay.
We got tapered leg with this inseam and this.
But this guy does, so.
I'll send a picture or something. It was in our costume history class this last thing. They're just look up like 19th century bloomers. It's the
This guy
first
knows what
image.
you're talking about.
Yeah. It'd be like kind of like a bloomers, and I don't really want a feminine blouse. I'd like a collar or something to protect my neck, maybe. And sleeves. I'd appreciate sleeves. And
Well, I don't think any clothing is going to protect your neck real well. I think it's.
in the sense that it's between my fur and the knives. That's protecting enough, I think.
I think the.
I mean, I wrap myself with bandages anyways.
I think the knives just kind of go through clothing. That's kind of their whole thing, right?
Well, Abby knows stuff, but yeah. depending on the weave of the fabric, you can get a pretty good resistance.
This guy doesn't sell that.
No. That'd be like a really thick tweed.
But yeah, I can make you something. Let's get your measurements here. And he kind of steps out from behind the counter, pulls out this big long tape measure. Okay, stand on this podium here, and I'll get your measurements.
Oh, fancy. All right.
Okay, you step up on the little dais that's there, and he measures. You know, he's just going real lightning fast. Just measures all over you, kind of getting, you know, not inappropriate, but just, you know, very quickly getting your measurements. And to do that, he's gonna kind of touch you in some places. But he's just yapping, just going about the different types of fabric that he's got. He gives you 13 options right off the top of his head. I mean, he's really just laying this stuff out. But at the end, he's like, okay, so if you come back tomorrow, I can have this done. This shirt and the pants. And did you want anything else? I can get you some socks or maybe some gloves or...
Oh, well, if you have any, like, I don't know, scraps of fabric that... like really long scraps of fabric, I could replace these bandages.
Oh, yeah, what color do you want?
Wow, you have multiple colors?
I have every color under the sun.
Surprise me with all of it. Just nothing too crazy. I don't want like an orange with my orange fur. That'd be kind of ugly.
Right, because colors and stuff, yeah. That's because I don't know what colors look good. Yeah, I can get you that. So all that together, you got to pay half now and half when you come back. Total, it's going to be 20.
I can pay it all now.
Okay, well, total, that's going to be 25 gold.
Oh. All right. Kanan's gonna hand him 20 platinum.
Okay. He takes it
I have
and
way too much money.
he takes it and looks
She's
at
really
it.
appreciative.
He's just kind of like in shock. You can see his mouth's open. He's just like,
Don't go gambling with that, or I'll have your ass on a stake.
Make an intimidation check. I hope you succeed. Because he just put a bottle in an alcoholic's hand. Full corduroy, oh my goodness. 6. He kind of just looks up at you and is like, oh, okay. Takes the 2 platinum, puts it in the safe, takes the rest, puts it in his pocket. Yeah, if you come back tomorrow, I can have this done for you. No problem.
Right. I just want to emphasize that any debt you might be in could potentially be paid off with that money.
Yeah, I could go and win a lot, and then I could not have the debt anymore.
Well, I'll be seeing you, and as soon as your money's over, I keep my word. So just be prepared for me to kill you.
Make another intimidation check. That just, well, I'll be seeing you. Oh, man.
Kanan's gonna show up and kill this guy, and he's gonna be like, what do you mean?
That, well, I'll be seeing you is so passive aggressive.
I hope you improve your life or I'll kill you. Like...
You know, Kanan is feeling really mentally stable right now.
Okay. Well, you try to intimidate this guy and it doesn't really work, but, you know, you get your clothing ordered. He'll be ready tomorrow, he says. Is there anything else you want to do inside of Tower Falls Threads? There's all kinds of other clothing.
All kinds of other clothing.
All kinds.
I think I'm good, because me as a customer, I could go all out and crazy, and that would waste too much time.
Okay. All right. So you exit out of Tower Falls Threads, remembering to mark the location in your mind so you can get back here without getting lost or having to spend forever searching for it. Does anyone else have anything they want to do? Did I get everybody?
I do.
You do, okay.
I also have things, but go for it.
You can.
Mine's gonna take longer.
Okay. I would like to also go to Tower Falls Threads to get a nice outfit for the dinner. 'Cause I have
Okay.
money.
Yeah.
And also get some enchanted armor at the blacksmith.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. So you go to Tower Falls Threads first, we'll say, and you bump into Kanan on the way out. But you enter in. You see Adrin sitting there. He's already working on the
Can
thing.
Kanan say something to Anira as they head in?
Sure.
Kanan's just gonna be like, Anira, make sure that fool doesn't gamble on anything. I don't know, scare him or convince him or something. I gave him a lot of
Okay.
money, and yeah.
Why would you give a gambler money?
I wasn't thinking.
Well, if I don't talk him out of it, I'll just steal it back. All right, and I'll turn around and walk in.
Okay. You enter in, yeah, and you see Adrin already working on the piece for Kanan. It looks nice so far. It's a very nice, rich fabric, and all the other terms that people use to talk about clothing.
Love that. I'll just kind of stand at the counter until I'm acknowledged, because that's the
Okay.
type of person she is.
He sees you come in. And he says, "Hi, welcome to Tower Falls Threads. Is there anything I can do for you?"
I am looking for an outfit for a dinner that we're going to.
Okay. Yeah. Is this like a fancy dinner or?
Well, it's only dinner with Nas Min, you know. It's...
Dinner with Nas? Really?
I'm not looking forward to it, but I have to as a part of the whole champion thing.
Wow, that's like a really honorable position to be put in. I mean, that's people would kill to do that.
And people did.
I imagine
But
you
yes. I didn't deal the killing blow. But he's going to kill me. I'm just looking for some sort of heavy green dress that you would wear to a funeral.
did. Okay. Well, most people wear black to funerals, but I think I got something here in green. Hang on, let me go look. And he takes it, kind of still stitching as he's walking around. He walks into the back office. He comes out a moment later, and he has this really beautiful green dress. It's like exactly what you were looking for. And he says, it may take me a little bit to size it right for you. The person who was going to wear this was only 4.5 feet tall, but I can make it fit you if you give me, a couple hours here.
Sure.
They unfortunately expired before they were able to come and collect it, so.
That's tragic.
Well, people die here, what are you going to do? Hope you bet on the right ones, right?
Speaking of bets, my friend of mine, Kanan, was in here earlier, yes?
Oh, yeah, the cat lady.
Yeah. She gave you a large sum of money?
Yeah, she paid me for the job, and that was all. She didn't give me a tip or anything. Kind of thought you fighters would be a little more generous.
Kanan and I are fairly close, and I know that she gave you 20 platinum.
I don't know. I wish I could help you.
I'll just kind of put a hand on the dagger.
Okay. Oh, hey, I got my own cutting tools. I don't need to borrow one.
Keep lying to me, see where you get.
Make an intimidation check.
I'm not very intimidating. I'm like 5'6".
This poor man lives in Renovash. He's got a shitty life, and you guys are trying to take his wife coming back into from him. Who do you think you are?
I'll take my hand off the dagger, and I'll say, just so you know, Kanan isn't one to talk out of her ass, and if she says she's going to come kill you, she will come kill you. So, take that as a bill.
Well,
Kanan, how much do I owe you?
For that dress, I'd say it's about 12 gold.
I will give him precisely 12 gold.
Okay. This is.
I also wondered.
Go ahead.
I wondered if you also had some like elbow-length black gloves.
Oh yeah. I got some here. Yeah.
How much would those be?
2 gold for each glove.
Interesting price. Fabulous. And that concludes our business. Please do not gamble your money. Wow, Kanan. I almost said Corson.
Corson will come after you.
Really? Are you familiar with Kanan will come after you, and she is a fighter. So unless you think you can take one of the last champions of Renovash, I don't know.
Make a
Might be wise
persuasion
to
check.
save your money.
Make a persuasion check.
Yeah.
9.
11
This guy-
charisma.
This guy's destined to gamble.
Well, I guess I can't stop you. I tried.
That's really funny,
Well-
Haley.
Yeah.
Just saw that.
Well, if you think you can best a tabaxi monk, live your life as you live. And when can I come back for this?
This will be ready later today if you want.
Fabulous. And I'll put down the 12 and just kind of turn around and walk out.
Okay.
After failing to intimidate this guy. 11 charisma.
Poor man. Thank you. Nice clothes.
You still rolled higher than Kanan, and she's got a +2.
I think he deserves a medal.
He's already been on death row. He's already in debt. Like, what's
He
he gonna
doesn't care. Yeah.
do? Yeah.
Oh, my word.
Okay.
Okay.
So I will go back probably when Kanan goes back, because why not?
All right.
And I'm smelting.
Okay, headed to I'm Smelting. You make your way down the rest of the Fetland Marketplace, and you enter into, it's almost the end of it, but the kind of acrid smoke is just emanating, pouring out from these blacksmiths up towards the top of the caverns, through the vents that are going through the top. It's a little bit overpowering at first, but you see all the shields along the wall and different suits of armor and stuff that have been set up. A lot of them are like ceremonial from past people who died, those kinds of things. But it's like an honorific thing. You make your way down, and there's a bunch of different blacksmiths. But you see in I'm Smelting, there's a bunch of chairs set up, just like there was last time. And you see Gina, the one-armed, missing her left arm below the elbow, one-armed blacksmith. And she's just going, and it's like watching a performance. I mean, it's magnificent to behold. And you even see other people in there. There's 3 or 4 other people sitting in the chairs just watching her do this.
I will stand near the back of wherever and watch as well.
Okay. A few moments go by where she's like, really putting on a show for all these people that are watching her, and she concludes and pulls out and plunges a sword into the cooling barrel, and then turns and bows in front of everyone, and there's light applause. She's like, thank you. So if anyone would like to purchase anything, I've got plenty of wares here. And you see the people just kind of smile and walk out.
I will step forward.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, I am just peachy keen. I was wondering, and she'll kind of part the cloak a little bit to show, because the corset is looking a little worn, and you can see like the metal bracings and parts of it.
Okay.
I was wondering if you had something like this that's a little more sturdy.
Yeah, do you mind taking it off so I can see it? Is that all right?
Yeah.
And just to double check, druids can wear metal armor, right? They just can't use metal
No.
weapons?
No, I can only wear. Let me find it. I will not wear armor or use shields that are made of metal.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah, she kind of takes a look, and it's a wooden, kind of armor there, or just leather, right?
Yep.
Okay. She kind of looks at it and rings it over. This thing's seen some use. Putting it through the ringer, huh? I got something like this. You looking for just the run-of-the-mill stuff, or something a little more special?
Something that will be more protection than the worn leather. Because in the rings, you can't really sacrifice aesthetic for.
Well, why not have both? And she gestures over
Exactly.
towards the counter, and you see that there are 2 sets of leather armor sitting there. One of them has like a really ornate and intricate like dragon fighting scene etched into the front of it. It's like a dragon biting a guy and another guy's jabbing a spear into it. It's really, really intricate. Doesn't really feel like what you're going for necessarily. There's another one that shows this really large tree with the branches kind of just reaching out across the rest, just across the chest piece. And then underneath you see people sitting, and like one is reaching a hand out to another, and there between them is another smaller tree that's kind of growing in the midst.
I am drawn to that one.
It's a good piece. It's leather armor, but it's got a little bit of a magical essence, so it'll keep you just a little safer than the regular stuff. But the advantage is it won't wear out.
Yeah, that I've had that corset for 15 years now. So
I can tell, yeah. Yeah, this one will last you the rest of your life. Rest of my life, too.
Lovely. How much?
For this piece, could part with it for no less than 750 gold.
That's fair. I will give her 1 platinum, 10 gold, yes?
Platinum's 10 gold, yeah.
Yeah. I will give her 750 gold.
Yeah,
I'll give her 80 platinum.
80 platinum. I appreciate the tip. Here. I'll tell you what, I'll throw something in extra. And she gets you like a... It's not like anything super... It's not going to help you at all stat-wise, but it's like a leather strap that has the same kind of etching on it, same theme of etching on it. It would be used to like hold a sword on your back or like a staff or something like that. But just as a simple like throw over kind of sash.
Lovely, thank you.
Yeah, well, they're a set, I don't want to split them up.
Of course.
And so it's leather armor +1. I'll add it to your sheet. If I could spell armor with an O instead of an E.
So now my AC, does my AC...
I'll drop it.
Okay. What, I lose one? Oh, I do. Oh, I gain one. Okay.
Oh, you already have it.
It was automatically updated, because I had the +2 from the cloak.
Oh, okay.
Cool. And then armor +1. Because I'm squishy.
Okay, so we've got your old leather armor taken off and your new leather armor added on.
Yay.
So it should be 17, is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeehaw.
Cool. You're all getting pretty strong.
My AC without all of my armor would be 14. So I'm squishy. Alright, well, hopefully I'll see you again.
Hopefully. I hope you do well in the arena.
As do I. And she'll just kind of... Nice work, by the way. And turn around.
Thank you, I appreciate that. She goes back to working. All right. And Varis, you said you had something else?
Yes. So he's just kind of in the market right now. He's looking for 2 things. Are there any ships in bottles? Like, do they have those?
Yeah, you could find one like that. Yeah. Varying quality. You find a shop that has a couple of them. One of them is definitely in worse shape than the rest, but...
Yeah. I want to find as many as I can, and I want to buy all of them.
Okay, you find 3.
Okay.
Yeah, so go ahead and mark off 5 silver each, so 15 silver total.
Okay. And then that's his primary objective. While he's looking for those, he's also any kids that are at like shopping stalls, if they're selling jewelry, he's gonna give them at least 10 gold and buy at least 10 gold worth of jewelry from any that he finds.
Okay. You find Anya, the same one that Harriet saw before, and yeah, she's running the stall, and you get the feeling as you approach, you walk up and see her kind of hustling some people.
Nice.
Definitely playing up like I'm just a small child, and I'm, she's playing it up. But yeah, and as soon as they buy something, she drops it, counts it, stashes the money, and then, yeah, as you approach, she's like, "Oh, you're Varis, aren't you?
The one and only.
Oh, you're my hero. You're so inspiring."
Oh, I know, but thank you.
Oh, that everything they say about you, that's wrong for sure.
What do you mean?
Oh, well, you know, that's something along the lines of the Iron Legion's the town favorite. We're not supposed to like you, and you're bad people, and, you know. But really, you've been my favorite since I was since I was young.
Why wouldn't I be? I mean, I'm Varis Limian, so...
That's what I said.
Yeah, see? I like you. What's your name?
Anya.
Anya. Nice to meet you. I'd say my name again, but you know my name.
You just did. Yeah.
I'm looking for jewelry. I see you have a lot here. Is there something you think that would look best on me? Well, how about that one right there?
You know, I actually made something for you. I'm excited that you came by.
Oh, really? I would love
Yeah.
to see it.
Give me 1 sec. And she goes around and pulls out the same, lifts up the skirt of the shop stall, pulls out the same thing, it rummages through, and pulls out, it's just a small bracelet. It's the same kind of stone. It's just like gravel that she's polished up and made look really, really fancy.
Nice.
And she holds it up to you in both hands. You know, obviously like making herself look small as she's doing so. Like, oh, well, I made this for you. You know, I know it's not the best, but it's supposed to bring you good luck.
No, I think it looks great. Can I try and slip it on my arm?
Yeah, it fits on, no problem. I think the gray goes really well with your robes.
Yeah, I think so too. How much do you want for it?
For this, I couldn't ask more than 10 gold.
More than 10 gold? Well, but what if I gave you more than 10 gold and I'll tink flicker 2 platinum?
She catches him, like, very nimbly, just snatches him out of the air. Thank you so much. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, you're so generous.
Well, you know what they say about me. Actually, they don't say that about me, but maybe you could start saying it about me that I'm so generous.
Sure, I could say whatever you want for another piece of platinum.
Oh, all right. I'll hand her another piece of platinum.
Okay.
I want you to say, all right, listen closely. I'm going to lean down like next to her ear.
Mm-hmm.
Next time you see someone and they mention me, say the words, whatever you want.
You got it.
All right. And I'll like give her a little fist bump.
Okay, yeah, she gives you fist, pockets the platinum first.
Hell yeah, yeah. And then, well, this looks great. I'm gonna wear it all the time. Look for it in the arena.
If any of the other members of your team are around, you should tell them to stop by. I made one for each of you.
Oh, I will, absolutely. In fact, I'll go and find them. Well, I have a couple of other errands to run, but I will go and find them soon. They'll be here soon.
Could
I'll
you
see
give
you
this
later.
one to your friend Zarius? She holds out, and it's a
cool.
exact matching bracelet to yours.
I'll flicker 2 platinum for that one.
Okay,
as
she
well.
catches him again.
I'll definitely give that to him. Oh boy. This is gonna be funny. Thank you so much, Anya.
Of course.
Have a good rest of your day. Don't forget our little deal.
You got it. Whatever you want.
And then I'll head off. And then I also want to go to unsmelting. So
Okay,
my
yeah.
phone-
You bump into Naira again. You all just bumping into each other all over the place.
And then whenever I get there, approach.
Yeah.
The chat.
Gina.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's cleaning up the office. It's getting closer in the afternoon, so she's like tidying things up, cleaning the shop out. Hey,
Hello
Varis. Hey, how you doing?
I am doing. You know, I'm
You
alive.
got some,
That's
got
what
some
matters.
fancy looking robes there. I didn't take you for that kind of type.
Well, anything that makes me look nice, and I mean, look at me. I look nice, don't I?
You do look nice, I gotta say.
Well, I'm here on business too. I have 2 requests. I don't know if you can do one of them, but I would like a battle axe. Do you have one of those? Just like a regular one, nothing special, just a normal battle axe.
Do you want one that attaches to your arm or just a regular one?
You have one that attaches to my arm?
Well, yeah, I'm missing an arm. What do you think I gotta do? And she takes it off and just like sticks it, and you see she's made a hole in her arm, and it slots in there. She's like, this way, there's no pain in the wrist anymore.
Well, I have to cut my arm off for that, though.
Yeah. I could do it. I already got the axe in here.
How about just a regular battle axe? Maybe after the fight.
All
we
right,
can
all
try
right.
that.
All right. She pulls another one off and hands it to you.
And then the other thing that I have before we talk money is, do you have a longbow?
Yeah, I got a long. It's not my specialty. It's pretty much just the
Yeah.
run-of-the-mill basic stuff. But yeah, I got a longbow.
So then the battle axe and the longbow, that's it.
Together, 25 gold. I'll throw in 20 arrows for you too.
Oh, I don't need the arrows.
Oh, okay.
Need,
They come with it.
I don't need the arrows.
All right.
And I'll hand her 3 platinum.
Okay. Takes it. Appreciate the tip. Always good to see you and your team.
Yeah, well, hopefully you'll be seeing a bit more of us after we kill the shit out of the Iron Legion.
Hopefully still in one piece.
Yeah, that's the hope.
As much as I like you, I don't want to see your insides.
You know, my insides are as nice as my outsides. I've seen them before.
I believe you for some reason.
Ta-ta! And I'll just leave.
Okay, just leave.
And then one last thing is
Yeah.
I wanna go and Varis doesn't know about the Towerfall clothes store, but he wants to go and find it and discover
Sure.
it.
Yeah.
So he wants to go there eventually.
All right.
And get there. And,
Yeah, you make your way into there, and you see Adrin working on Kanan's clothing. The green dress kind of sitting next to him. As you walk in, he says, hey, welcome to Tower Falls Threads. How you doing?
I am doing great, but you're about to make me doing better. That wasn't grammar, but it was funny. Do you have a cloak? A white one?
Just a regular cloak?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much?
For a regular cloak, for the quality that you're looking for, I know because you're a man of stature, at least
I'm looking for the shittiest white cloak you have ever had.
I got this return here, and he pulls it up from under the thing, and it's like ratty.
Yes, that's perfect. How much
Okay.
do you want for it?
Like 5 copper.
I'll hand
We're
him the
gonna-
silver.
Okay, we were gonna throw it away. He takes it.
Right, I'll push it down. And yeah, I'll just kind of hold it up, flick it. It's like bad, right? Like, is it stained at all?
It's got some stains on it. The edges are all frayed. It's got parts where it's worn so thin it's like mesh, basically.
Perfect. Okay. So I'll fold it up really nice. Probably too nice for a cloak of that stature, and put it in the bag.
Okay.
That was all. Just a shitty cloak. And, good wishes for our next fight.
Yeah, well, I guess good luck.
Bet on us, and you'll win. And I'll
That I'll do.
boogie on you. And that's it. Varis is done.
All right. Sounds great.
He's betting on us.
You better.
Well, maybe he'll win and he'll actually pay off his debt, or he'll just die.
Oh, the underdogs. As far as the town's concerned.
Oh.
Okay. Well, we'll say that's all of today. Evening time comes around, and Anira, you feel yourself really intensely today, missing the forest, missing the green, missing the outdoors. Seeing that dress was like a glimpse into, it kind of struck all those memories for you. We're not in the market anymore, so I'm going to take off the market noise. And you, back in the room at one point, you craft yourself a little ring of flowers, but it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like enough. But it's the evening time, so if anyone has anything they want to say, otherwise we can move through the night. I don't want to rush anyone.
At some point, if there was a time where Harriet could go chat with Kanan a little bit,
Sure.
she would try and do so. It doesn't have to be it can be in our same kind of big room, but
Yeah.
yeah. As
Yeah,
long
it's
as
easy
Kanan's
enough.
just vibing, whatever. If she's doing alone time, Harriet wouldn't interrupt that. So,
Okay.
Harriet's probably had another cup of tea at this point. Like, has her mug in her hand, her little horrid mug that she stole, basically, and is like obnoxiously proud of. And she's got her tea. She's like, Kaden, I had something that I wanted to tell you, and it's just been weighing on me, and it's okay if you're not, I don't know, if you're trying to have your own space right now, that's fine. But if you're available to talk, I just wanted to say something. That's all.
Oh, yeah, I'm all ears.
I don't know. I just wanted to apologize for two things. Just because you are a valued friend to me, and I know that we are very different, and that is part of the reason I value you as a friend. And I know how much, killing Corzin meant something to all of us, right? It meant something to everybody here. Of course, I want him dead. I'm happy that he's dead. But I know, or I think it probably meant something more to you than it meant to me, and I cannot help but I need to apologize that I got the last shot on him and not you. Because I just feel weird about that. I don't know. I just think that was something you should have had.
Oh,
I'm still getting used to this gun. I don't know how powerful it is sometimes. I don't know. I know it's silly probably, but I just had to say it.
I mean, you saved my life. I was on my last limb there, and in all honesty, I don't think it would have been good for me to get that last shot.
Maybe you're right, but I know what it feels like to want to have vengeance on something, right? And want to get rid of something that's holding power over you. And if I had got in the way of that process, I just wanted to apologize. But I'm here now to help with that process moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, thank you. I think sometimes we have an idea of what's good for ourselves, and the right path to take. And I don't think the path I was going on with him was particularly good for myself or for you guys. Thank you. I'm really glad he's just dead, though.
Me too.
I don't need a last hit or anything. But I have the power of how he will be remembered. And it's a little intoxicating to have that power. But knowing that I also have that power over Fang, it makes me wonder. I don't know, I'm still thinking about it.
It's all right, you don't have to have all the answers right away.
Yeah, but you've reminded me. I'll ask you guys over the next week. Never mind.
Sure, we'll have time to talk, but I just wanted to say that, and I look forward to your stories. That's all. You're pretty good at them.
Thanks.
And especially, I don't know, that one in the cave. That was crazy. I don't even know what that was.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that again. I've been trying my darndest with this fiddle, and, well, I can't do much but fiddle around with it, so.
Oh. Well, as they say, it's maybe you'll strike a chord with it.
Perhaps.
But that's all. Did you want tea or something?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
She'll hand you tea. And that's all for him.
So good.
All right. Anyone else? I don't want to rush past anything. Okay.
Ours is going to practice flying somewhere private.
Okay.
Figure out how to do it and get used to doing it.
Yeah. You find your way into a little, like a janitor's closet at the end of the hallway in Palace Escape, and practice. Yeah, just levitating yourself a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll go to here. All right. So, as you all are kind of gathered together and getting ready to go to bed, Inira, you find yourself kind of lost in a dream, or finding yourself at least in a dream. You're not quite sure if you got here via sleeping or trance, but it is the most wonderful dream. You're back in the forest, tending it. You're walking amongst the trees and cultivating all the different sproutlings and new and unique plants. At your touch, all the plants seem to grow more vibrantly and strongly. You eventually find your way into a small clearing, which surprises you, given how dense the forest has been. And in the center, you see a single tiny mushroom. The cap appears at first to be a dull blue, and as you kind of look around and look back to it, the color has changed to a bright red. Keeping your eyes focused on it, nothing happens. And then you blink, and the color is now a verdant green. A moment later, a sunflower yellow. Taking pause, you consider what exactly to do with this mushroom, when suddenly it bursts into a cloud of nearly imperceptible spores, visible only to you. The cloud fills the space, before slowly condensing down into a single bead and drifting towards you, eventually merging with your own halo of spores. The dream fades, and you feel refreshed and reconnected with nature. The night passes, and the rest of you, when you wake, you see Inira in a cocoon of sorts, made entirely of mushrooms that have grown out of the ground, big and small, that completely obscures her body. What would the rest of you like to do? Oh, I know Kanan's BRBing, so.
Well, that's new.
Inira?
And you wake up.
Huh?
You find in there.
Oh.
Does that happen a lot?
Can I break through it?
Yeah, as you touch one of the mushrooms with your hand, the rest of it just crumbles and dissipates.
Okay.
There's no dust or anything left over. It just all fades away.
Hi.
Good morning?
Just
Has that
making
ever
sure
happened
that
before?
was.
No, congratulations, you're level 10.
Okay. Yay! I just didn't know if it had ever.
No, that's a new one.
Okay, cool.
I mean, I know you love mushrooms, but something.
Yeah, that's
never seen it.
I mean, mushrooms are what all of my power is centered around, but yeah, that's never happened
Oh.
before.
How does that work?
Well, you've seen. I guess you haven't. I'm these spores that surround me.
The circle?
Yes, I'll kind of make them because I guess I have.
Yeah.
I'll make them kind of glow just a little bit, and then back down.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I can do
That's
that.
kind of cool.
I hadn't noticed.
And it does a little. It's useful in battle sometimes when it works, but it sometimes doesn't work. So like most things in
What?
battle, right?
I think it's
just
just cool.
It's impressive. You have a circle around you at all times.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear you say that. Because I didn't think it was cool for a long time, but I've learned to like it. So
Well, you're pretty cool, so.
yeah.
Why didn't you think it was very cool?
You know, kids are mean.
That's fair.
Anyway, it's a new day. It's a new dawn. What's the plan?
On this day, Kanan and Harriet, you feel drawn to train with one another. Like some mysterious and inexplicable force from outer space is nearly compelling you to practice your martial skills and improve each other.
Kanan, I remember that part I apologized to you. Suddenly I want to punch you in the face.
Excuse me?
Just kidding. You know, Kanan, I was thinking about it. You're a really strong woman. I think we should, you know, I don't know. I'm still figuring out all this fighter stuff. You're kind of way better at that. I don't know. Sometimes I fall over my feet or whatever. But, you know, do you want to go try something? Not like, you know, actually trying to be mean.
Sure. I mean, I can go without daggers. I can just hit you.
Sure. I don't know.
Should we just do that here? I mean,
I don't think that's smart to do in the middle of a brothel. Well, actually, it might work out.
All right. Well, we'll say for the sake of brevity that you two train together for a while. And excellent. You guys both level up. Congratulations. Sorry, that one's not super exciting. I ran out of time.
That's fine.
So, yeah. Anything else that anyone would like to get done today?
Going to Balthazar's.
Okay.
And I need to go get the clothes.
That's right. Easily peasily.
I'll go with you.
Okay.
And I'll go with you to Balthazar to keep you. Well, I'll hang out outside because you said you want to go alone, but I'll like be in the area anyway. So I'll just hang out outside.
Perfect.
Ken will just be like, we both got clothes, right?
And I sadly couldn't convince him to not gamble, but his
Oh,
life is
shucks.
his
Well,
life.
I have one more time. I'll use the dagger this time.
I tried my dagger.
Before going in, Kanan will take out the poison, pop it in her bag, and like wipe it off.
That's a lot. I tried my dagger. He was not phased, but I told him you would come back and kill him. So hey, maybe this will work. Worth a try.
I think I'm just gonna stay here and have a nice quiet time, not threatening or trying to kill anyone. I'm just
I
gonna
can
have
fly
some tea.
now. I'm gonna stay with you.
All right, I'm gonna chill here on this rock and take a nap because Kanan beat me up.
That's such a
Sorry.
good, like, Varis way to say that. I could fly now. I'm hanging out.
Wait.
That's so good.
Boss, hold on. What?
I can fly now. I'm gonna stay here with you.
Not a metaphor. You can get all like.
Fars will rub his hands together, and this little like purple energy will appear in between them. He'll push his hands down, and the energy travels down to his boots. He'll click the heels together, and
Okay, I really need that nap. What?
he'll just go in like Peter Pan, like lean in the air above Harriet, you know, just like all that shit.
Wow. You see something new every day.
You really do.
That's really something.
Well,
You just do that all the time?
no. I have 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna fall right on top of you.
Okay, I'm
It's
gonna
be very
start
funny.
counting. 1, 2. Oh, it's still there.
10 minutes. Yeah, it is 10 minutes.
Well, I guess I'm supervising Varis and his newly found wings.
I don't see any wings.
It's a metaphor, but.
Oh.
Maybe he had a Red Bull. Did you drink Balthazar's Red Bull? Is that what this is?
I wish I could say yes. That would be so funny, but no.
Didn't he tell us it didn't work?
I don't know. I don't. He could have just been saying that to keep him for himself.
True.
You're
I
asking
wouldn't put
me.
it past him.
I don't know. All I know is that. Please.
We do still have that Red Bull.
He gave you 2 of them out of the set.
I mean, I could try one of them and see if I can.
I also do want to decipher the lab notes, but that not right now.
Yeah.
You guys go do your thing. I'm
We're
just
gonna be here.
Yeah, be careful. Get
Don't-
some rest.
As you leave, Harriet's holding the door just so you guys can fit out, and then like closes the door right away.
Don't drink the mad
like
cow
the
juice
bar,
without
like
us.
you know when you have like a bird that's like stuck, you don't want it to like get out. That's want Varis to like fly out of the.
Wow.
She lived around people who could fly at some point. There were some high-level sorcerers in her old town.
All right. So Inira and Kanan, you're headed to Balthazar's, and Inira, you're gonna wait out at the front.
The costuming place first?
Okay. All right.
Or is Balthazar's closer?
The costuming place is closer. Tower Falls Threads.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you make your way through Fetland Market, and change to the marketplace music. Bang bong. You make your way around through the Fetland Marketplace, and you find the alleyway leading to Tower Falls Threads. You enter and you see Adren just finishing up the last bits of stitching on the dress for Inira. As you both enter in, he says, "Oh, hey, good to see you guys. I'm glad to see you again. I just finished up here."
Thanks, that's fantastic. You work here, right? For someone else?
Oh yeah, I work for Anglo.
Anglo. I was wondering, is Anglo here?
Anglo, well, he manages several of these stores. Tower Falls Threads is like a chain store. There's one here. There's one in Falderstep. There's one in Haversteep, and so on. So he's not here right now.
Right, so I can send a letter to him if I understand that you've been gambling and embezzling the money I've given the company?
If you want to.
Right. And she's gonna be like, may I have my, the clothing I paid for, please?
Oh, of course. Yeah, here, it's a nice, it came out really well. I really like it, actually. Especially this part here, it turned out really nicely. So, here, hands it to you. And they are very well done.
Wow, this is gorgeous, you know? If only you wouldn't waste your talents on things like gambling.
Yeah, I haven't had so much luck lately, but I think this next one is gonna be the ticket out of here, you know?
Right, the ticket out of living. And Kanan's gonna pull out her knife and be like, it's like she wiped you, like earlier she took the poison out, wiped it off.
And Ira's just like turning around and facing the back wall, like.
Kanan's just gonna like put it up to like his shoulder and be like, it's funny, you know, this knife stays pretty sharp, but it doesn't really need it with the kind of oomph I can give it, you know?
Yeah?
I would really, really hate to see your talent go wasted on things when you could really better your life. You know, I've seen a lot of people who've lived through hell and they've had no choice for it, and you're just putting yourself through hell for the fun of it.
I also sometimes make money.
Right, which then goes down the drain again.
Yeah.
Because you don't know self-control.
Yeah.
I think you could maybe think about this knife and your shoulder every time you think about self-control.
Yeah. Probably. Make a persuasion check. Persuasion or intimidation, your choice.
Let's see
Whichever
which
one you're
one's
emphasizing
better.
more. Anglo and his brother Saxon. That's so funny. 18, great. Okay. Yeah, he definitely kind of tries to move away from where the dagger's touching his shoulder. And he says, you know, I think this might just have been the push I needed to reconsider some of the decisions I might have been making.
Oh, that'd be wonderful, you know, and Kanan's gonna make sure to show off her fingerless hand and be like, cause you know, it would just really suck to not be able to perform your jobs.
Did
But
you
if
cut
you
off
want
your
a
own
sponsor,
finger?
I did. If you want or
Is that
need a
just
sponsor,
to intimidate me?
you know, you can say so if you'd like. That can be what you think for. Let's just say I learned my own lesson in self-control through this very knife here. But if you need a sponsor for this event, or if in the future I see you in Falderstep, and I could maybe pay off any debt you have, and you can follow us for a while, you know, mend my clothes. We can find some business for you somewhere. Just keep that in mind.
Do you think that at some point I could start my own business?
I think you could with this talent.
Really?
Not if you gamble and end up dead, of course.
Yeah, I guess I can't do anything if I'm dead. Okay. Well, I thank you for the tough love.
Can I insight check to see if
Yeah.
it made it through?
Yeah, make an insight check. 20, yeah. Yeah, he seems like he's gotten the hint. You know, when you saw him in Falderstep on the debt market stand, it didn't look like his first time there. So it seems like he's kind of been, you know, in this situation for quite some time. But it seems like it's kind of sunk in. And the idea of starting his own business is kind of appealing to him.
Kanan's gonna say, it's gonna be hard. But I have no magics to keep in contact. If we ever run into each other, or you happen to find magics to do that, I'll try to be there to help.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Just the threat that you'll, you know, kill me is kind of motivating in itself.
Right. All right, and Kanan's gonna finally put the knife away.
Okay. You see him visibly
And be
kind
like,
of relax.
Thank you for your business.
Thank you. I'm sure Mr. Towerfall will be very pleased.
And Kanan's gonna step back. Let
Okay.
Anira do her thing.
Okay. Here, I have your dress as well. It's ready to go. Here you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, it looks great. Yeah, it's a phenomenal piece.
I'm sure it does with our handymanship work. And Ira would know the word to say there.
Yeah. Well, I wish you both the best of luck. I hear there's a dinner, and that sounds like a lot of fun. So, you know, a lot of people would want to be where you are.
Well, with these clothes in your future, you might just be dressing the one and only champion.
Oh, stop. Thank you.
Well, you never know. Don't give up on yourself.
Don't let your dreams be dreams. Just do it.
Thank you, Shia LaBeouf.
A wise man once said that.
Yeah. I feel the essence of the Muffin Man coming on, you know. Okay. All right. Well, with your business concluded, I assume you both head out of Tower Falls Threads. Okay. Make your way over to Balthazar's with an F.
Balthazar's?
Yeah, Balthazar.
When you have a list, but you can't say Balthazar.
Yeah. You make your way over, and Anira, are you staying near the bottom? Okay. Kanan, you head up the flight of stairs, and unlike before where it was like, flight of stairs landing, another flight of stairs landing, and so on, it's just like a double length of flight of stairs. But you manage to make your way there, and you see the wide door. It's just two flights. You push open the wide whitewood doors, the golden panels, and see the black floor spread out in front of you, kind of reflecting the light from outside. The large window there, the crimson runners that go kind of all over the place, all over the room. And you see Balthazar standing near the throne that he has set up, and the golden censer still smoke rising, standing near that throne on the large standing desk, copying notes from a book.
Kanan's just gonna walk in and say, Balthazar, I'm not here to talk about anything other than business. I may have a certain opinion of you and disagree with you, but I respect your position and your capabilities. That being said, I hope that I can still find business here in a customer sort of relationship.
Hello, Kanan. It's good to see you. Of course, your business is always welcome here.
All right. There are a couple of things. I promised a friend that I would get this checked out. And I don't want you to have it. Just get that out on the table. But how much would it cost for you to explain to me what an item does and what it might be capable of?
I think the service you're looking for is identify. I can perform it for simple items for 50 gold.
And not simple items?
More complex items may require a more advanced version of the spell, but I doubt that you'll have anything that advanced.
All right. And Kanan's gonna pull out her box and just say, "Oh, before I open this, I don't know if I want to do this business here. I don't know if we'll be in town long enough. But how much would it cost for me to have you put a sort of magical lock on this box? It's like a bag of holding, but a box."
Yes, I understand. Would you like a password or a phrase or a key? Which kind of securing mechanism would you like?
Oh.
That will change the cost.
Well, can you give me the costs for each?
Of course. For a simple key, it would be 150 gold. For a single word, it would be 250 gold. For a phrase, 300 gold.
Well, I think I want a phrase.
Okay.
But I don't know what the phrase would be yet. So if we're still alive in a couple weeks, maybe.
Of course.
But until then, and she'll open the box and pull out the hand of Ados.
Okay. As you pull out the hand, it doesn't feel dead. It doesn't feel cold. It feels still warm and alive. And you take it and set it down on the counter. And Balthazar kind of looks at you like, I know what this is. I don't need you to tell me what it is, kind of thing. But he passes his hand over it, and you see that ring of yellow light form around his hand. And he goes over it and looks at it. And you see he kind of, cants his head at it, and he whispers another phrase and passes his hand over once more, and the light gets more intense. And he looks at it again as if he's reading. And he says, "As I suspected, this is the hand of Ados. Correct?"
Yeah, sorry, I didn't say that. Yeah.
This is an incredibly powerful arcane item. You should be
Like
very
it's gonna
careful.
kill us all on its own?
No. If you were to sever
Okay.
your hand and attach this in its place, you would gain his power.
Right. So in essence, if I attach it to something like a book, all of his power and memories would go into the book?
How do you mean?
I'm trying to figure out how to make those Order of Xenia books.
That is a magic I am unfamiliar with. I've tried for some time to try to figure out how they manage to capture the memories like that, but as yet I have been unable to.
Well, I know you have to have items that are related to the person and are close to the person. This is very close to Ados, and I'm not aware of all of his memories, just some of them, as well as the ones of how people remembered him, as in that book that you have.
It is likely that Ados severed this hand prior to his death, probably very early on in his life, so that way each time that he died, the hand could be reattached to the new body and he could regain all of the memories and power as a way to accelerate his recovery.
So his memories are in there.
Presumably, yes. He also probably needed to eat the brains of his servants in order to gain their...
We saw that.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a crude tactic, but desperate times call for desperate measures, I guess.
So it's not going to kill us, but it's something others might look for.
Others will definitely be looking for, especially once the word gets out that Ados is dead. I trust that you got in and out fairly quietly in the Hells. Otherwise, people may know that you have it.
I mean, I don't know if we gave our names, but there were definitely things that knew we were a part of it.
Then I would suggest caution.
Right. So in this, I don't know how boxes of holding work, but in this, it's like it's in a completely different place.
Correct. It's in a pocket
So it's
dimension.
not trackable.
Unless they are very skilled.
Do you see anyone who's very skilled trying to find it? I mean, Corzin was pretty adamant about the champion, the merchant, the heretic, the shepherd of fire, all coming, and the machinist, all coming after us.
I don't think that anyone who is not skilled will be looking for this. I think only people who are skilled enough to put it to use will be tracking it.
So they'll be able to find it in this box.
If they are capable and know what they're looking for, then yes.
Is there any way to shield it? To cloak it?
Give me a moment. And he goes back to one of the bookcases in the back and starts, pushing through some of the books. Pulls one tome out, flips through a few pages, puts it back, pulls out another one, flips through. Yes, there are anti-divination spells that you could inscribe this with. It would make it invisible to anyone but the person who inscribed it.
So that'd be you, right?
He smiles. Correct. It's not, of course, invisible to the naked eye. You can see it plain as day, but anyone using magic to track it will be unable to.
Oh, I was gonna ask you to put it maybe in like a glass jar so I would always know what's in there. But anyway, how much would that cost? And would that Sorry, there's some rap outside. And would that mess with any other magics I could do with it?
No.
To create the books?
This is just a protection magic.
Alright, so...
For this kind of magic, it's... on this level of item, is very expensive. It's upwards
How
of
much?
25,000 gold.
And I don't want to be in debt with you.
And Ivar's outside would be willing to split the price.
We only have like a total of 4,000
You have
gold together.
25,000.
Oh, 25,000. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't you dare pay that man 25,000 gold to make it trackable just to him. Don't you dare do that. I cannot sit here and watch y'all do that.
And how valuable would it be for you? And Kanan's gonna pull the hand back and put it in the box. 1 second. She's going to give him, let's see. $80 gold for all of the answers he's given her.
Okay.
Because he's given her a lot of information. So she'll give him 80 gold. This is for, I guess, identifying it and clearing some things up with me and answering my questions willingly. Of course, you can feel free to ask me any questions about the Hells and my experience there, but it'll be on a questions you think to ask basis, I think. If that's the case. But how much would it be worth to you if you were able to study this item? If I let you hold on to it until I had the capabilities to do what I needed to do with it.
If you were asking me to protect this item for you, that is certainly something I can do.
I know that you can gain a lot of information from it. I don't know if Corzin had different magics. The way you talk about it, it's a very dangerous item, and I know you are apt to study such items. So, going off the idea that I could loan it to you, how much money would that take off of cloaking it, in a sense?
Depends on the duration for which you would want me to watch the item. For a year, let's say, I could knock off 5,000 gold. The main issue is not it's not a charge because I feel like charging you. It's a charge for the materials I need.
To cloak it or to study it?
To cloak it. They are very rare items I need in the process of casting the magic.
What materials do you need?
It's a rather lengthy list, but off the top of my head, I need several pounds of ivory. I need teeth of a white dragon.
I have a scale. of a young white dragon.
Very close. I need the tentacles of an illithid.
Right. Okay, so that's... And you wouldn't want to take it without cloaking it, because that would be
I can
dangerous.
cloak it right now. I have the capability, I have the materials I need, but to replenish my stock. Unless you want to enter into my debt.
I do not. Right. Well, if you could write out a list of those items, if I ever find all of those items, I will come back to you or find another wizard of sorts.
If you would like me to watch the item, that is certainly something I can do. We can write a contract, bind it with magic, so that neither one of us can break it. If that would make you feel more comfortable.
So to protect the item, how much would it cost?
It would... For me to watch the item for you, for 1 year, it would reduce the cost of your cloaking it by 5,000 gold.
I think I'm gonna just say no.
Of course.
If you did want to study it or show any interest in messing around with it, I don't know what you do. Then maybe we could work some more of that off. If it's just the case of watching it, and you're not gaining anything of it, I'd rather not.
To be clear, my watching it would include my study of it. 5,000 gold is a large sum of money.
All right, then I'd rather not make a contract, because I'd rather just keep it to if I find the items that you have, or that you need, I can bring it here and pay you a lesser cost. Until then, it will be under my care.
Of course.
You said it was 350 gold for a phrase?
300 gold. Oh, sorry, yes,
300
350, I'm sorry.
Do you need that phrase at the moment?
Whenever you would like me to enchant it.
All right, I'll just bring the money then.
Very well. If you want,
Maybe
as
tomorrow.
DM to player, you can just say you'll tell him the phrase now and then come up with it later.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll do
Okay.
that.
Okay. So you tell him the phrase. Balthazar asks for the box. He says, if you don't mind.
Yeah. As if it's all right, I'll keep the items in there.
Of course.
I just don't want to lose any of them. And then she tells him the phrase, and
Yeah.
I am subtracting 350 from my
Okay.
money.
You've set the money down on the table. He hasn't taken it or touched it or acknowledged it yet. He's just been standing, hands behind his back, pretty much just, talking with you. But as you bring out the box, he gets a few materials from under the desk and lays them out in his hand and begins the incantation, speaks the phrase at the box as it concludes, and you see this flash of yellow kind of emanate, and runes kind of scatter across the surface of it for a moment and then vanish from sight. He said, very well, only the phrase will open the box.
Thank you.
Of
That's
course.
it's good to know. Well, that's all the business I had. And Iris here as well. If you want to write out a list for things you need for that spell, it's free work, kinda, for you. So,
Having a list of these items is as dangerous as having any of the items. So,
why's that?
because anyone who finds this list on your person will assume that this is what you're doing and kill you.
Oh.
Much better to leave these things in the mind.
All right. Can you tell me?
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like,
I'll put it so you all can remember. Yeah.
All
I have a list of things written down. I'll whenever I find it, I'll put it in the chat.
well, Anira?
She's downstairs outside.
Kanan's just gonna walk out.
Goodbye, Kanan.
And
It was good to see
down
you.
the- Thank you. And then she'll run down the stairs and be like, Anira! Did
What?
you need
Huh?
anything from Balthazar?
No, I just needed the dress. I figured we were coming this way anyway.
Oh, well, I'll buy you a drink. Or we can go out and I'll buy you a drink and then we'll go out and sit under a tree or something.
You're very chipper. What happened in there?
I found out that if I have a list of things, I could die.
We don't have time.
I finally
to unpack all
discovered
of
the
that?
power of words after studying for years. The power of words.
Is it just? Let's get a drink. Let's go. We don't have time to unpack that.
All right. Both managed to find a couple of drinks and head outside. I'm assuming heading outside the city to that tree. Okay. Enjoy the sunset there as it's getting into evening time. Having your drinks. Yeah. And I had a thing for Zarius' level up too, but he's not here. So we'll do that next time. But
He's still drunk or hungover.
yeah, still hungover.
That man.
Day number 2.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
All right. So, if hold on a sec. All right. So if there's anything else anyone wants to do during the few days that we have before the dinner, we can do that. Otherwise, we can fast forward to that day.
Is Harriet able to chat to Varis real quick?
Yeah.
Or are we? Okay. Just when they're at some point when he's done flying.
Yeah, of
after
course,
the-
yeah.
In those, I'm assuming that conversation that negotiating with Balthazar was a long time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. At some point, Harriet will be like, Varis, are you available to talk? I don't know. I guess I've just been talking to everybody. I just have been thinking about a lot of things. I guess hell does that to you.
Well, it's better to talk about things than keep them in.
True.
I got nothing better to do than just think about all the stupid shit I'm gonna do with all the stupid shit I bought, so
Well, that, you
wait
know,
on me.
now that you're back on the ground with us mortals.
Mortals can fly. I can fly. And I'm
No,
mortal.
No, it's I mean. But, you know, I choose not to comment often on you and your friend. That is a decision I have made. It's not generally my business. I'm assuming this flying thing has to do with that and not a Red Bull. You know, I wasn't born yesterday, Vars. But, and you know, I don't know how that works. I really don't. But I know why you do it, and that's why I'm okay with it. I know you want these things so that you can, I don't know, be better at looking out for people. Is that right?
Before I had all of this, I don't know if letting you guys down was the right phrase, but there were times when I was unable to do anything to protect you all. And as someone who deeply cares about the people that are close to him, that was unacceptable to me. And I didn't have the luxury of time to train and get better like my father would have recommended. I had to be better, however months ago I made this deal. I had to be better before then, so that you all could continue living, so that you all could continue smiling.
And I value that, Varis, and I keep thinking about something on the boat, right? I know, and correct me if I'm wrong, you would have died right there if the rest of us could get out. Is that correct?
Yeah.
But you couldn't because of your friend. That is what stopped you, right? That's what that was? You haven't... I don't know how elves work. That was the reason you couldn't... You tried first, right?
Yeah.
And they said you couldn't because you had made this deal. And I know you can't go back on it now, but I just want you to realize that. Because that's what I think of, Varis. I'm glad you're here. And I know that Fang made his decision, and that I stand by the right of his decision. But I feel myself, I'm less willing to believe that what you want from your deal is happening because of that. I'm glad in this case that it failed, right? And I'm sure he's listening to me right now. I'm not trying to, get between that. That is not my business. I just want you to think about that. Because that's what I'm thinking of.
Well, you know me, I'm not much of a thinker. I kind of just let things happen, but I will admit that was one moment where I was like, oh shit.
Well, hopefully that particular nuance of your deal doesn't happen too often and get in your way.
Honestly, at the time, I found it more ironic than anything that the thing that I got into to protect my friends was, in that moment, the thing inhibiting me from protecting my friends. I found that ironic. And
Yep.
Like you said, I'm not sure if there's anything that can be done about it. I'm not sure if there's anything I would want to do about it.
And I'm not saying there's anything you should do about it. I presume your friend knows all the cards he's playing, and I just want to make sure you know the cards that you have too. I don't know. That metaphor makes no sense. I just want you to understand what you sacrifice and what you're gaining, and that you don't mess those things up, right?
Yeah.
That's all. But I don't know. I just want to end this on a heavy note. I value you, Varis. I value what you have sacrificed. That's all.
And I value you too, Harriet, for caring. It means a lot. I definitely
Someone's got to do it. If you're not going to care for yourself, I have to care double, Varis. Overworked.
Well, that just makes me feel bad.
But that's a burden I'll carry. That's all right. That's all. I can't make you fly, but I am pretty tall. I could hold you up, maybe, could probably get you 7 feet in the air.
If I ever need to talk
throw
to
you at
anyone-
somebody.
If I ever need to talk to anyone, I know who to go to. And I don't just mean about flying.
Well, I don't know much about that. Like I said, I've got relatives who do it. Not me.
Well, I have a close friend who does it too.
Oh,
Bars will tap his boots together and fly again and just hover over, just
Well.
like this.
you know, should have seen that one coming.
Yeah, you really should have. I wonder if they'll get here in these 10 minutes and I can just float above the door and surprise them. That would be funny. I'm gonna go wait up there and I'll go fly, like,
All right, I'm
just
gonna
hang right
lay
above
on
the
this
door.
rock.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, evening time comes and everyone returns to the room just in time to see Varis for a moment hover in the air before plummeting down, landing on his feet dexterously.
Woo, buddy!
And you all have a wonderful evening together, catching up and commiserating and hanging out.
Showing off our
Yeah,
haul.
yeah, showing off all your stuff, talking about the deals you made, talking about how cool Anya was.
Yes.
What a gal.
Right. Zarius, you're not here. You're hungover. But I have this thing for you. I'm actually going to write it down.
Okay. So the evening passes and you all settle in for a night of sleep. In the morning, fast forwarding a little bit, unless anyone wants to stick around. Okay. You pass through. Today is the day of the dinner with Nas, and you now realize that you aren't exactly sure when you'll be summoned. So you spend the day kind of doing whatever it is that you want to do. Some light training, maybe, flying around the room, walking out to, see the tree and stuff, or whatever it is you all want to do for the day. In that evening, after a long day of doing whatever it is that you want to do, and reassembling back at the room, you all hear a knock on the door. It is I, Artagon, here to escort you to the residence of the champion Nas Min.
Let me get changed.
We're in our sparkly new clothes.
I just kind of bended mine.
May I come
I don't
in?
know.
Oh, well, of course, I think. Are we...
When we're done changing, yes.
Oh,
Okay.
not at the moment.
Outside, and I thought I covered everything.
Okay. Well, a few moments pass, and you all let Artagon in. And he says, it is good to see all of you, truly. For what it's worth, I'm happy that it is you going into this final fight.
Thanks. Do you... In
You
a
seem
good
like the
way?
only one. Unless you're saying that because you want us to die.
The town is fickle. I wouldn't judge them for it. It just is the nature of things here. I must say, this is a fancy event, so I would respectfully ask that you leave your weapons and armor here for the night's affairs. No danger will come, I assure you.
Okay. I can't really take my fists off.
It looks
I
like
mean,
you
you
tried.
say that.
Ooh.
Well, only one
That's
finger.
That's a joke.
It's funny.
Can't really leave magic at the door, but
Of course, weapons are not strictly prohibited, but Nas himself asked that you leave them here. The decision, of course, is yours.
Yeah. I'm good leaving it here.
All right. Is everybody
Arian's
leaving
bringing her
their,
pistol.
bringing the gun? Okay.
can I slip like the dagger into my boot
Sure. Yeah.
with the
She's not
ribbon
hiding
around
it.
my wrist?
She's not.
Yeah. Artagon doesn't seem
Or-
to care that much. He's just a messenger.
She's not gonna shoot the messenger.
Boris will leave his other weapons, but his sword is in the void,
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
and he won't make a point of it.
Sure.
Can I bring my
Point
void
of
with
it.
me?
Poke, poke. Sorry.
All right. After a few moments of you all kind of getting ready, taking off your armor, and he says, "Are your preparations complete?"
Yes.
One more
Very
thing.
Say so.
I
Yes.
have real quick. And then I take that shitty white cloak out, wrap myself up in it.
Okay.
I love it.
That's it.
He kind of looks confused. This is a fancy affair, but the
And I'm a
decision
fancy man.
is yours, I suppose. Very well, follow me. And Artagon leads you out and throughout the city, and you find that it's suspiciously absent of people, especially for this time in the early evening. Occasionally, you catch glimpses of the red vests peeking out from alleyways, but no regular citizens, and the city has an odd, sort of eerie feeling to it. You could almost see a lone tumbleweed blowing across the road.
Lonesome West.
Yeah. Eventually, you make your way around the rounded streets and find yourselves entering into the same beautiful upper-class district that you entered into near the beginning of the fighting season. What feels like so long ago. You pass by the rich houses and still have yet to see a single person, servant, or guard present. An air of tension hangs about, and you find yourselves feeling a mild amount of nervousness as you reach the threshold of the mansion that Nas calls home. Here, by the two massive statues of Nas Min, one shirtless and one clothed, Artagon clears his throat and says, Well, I hope your time with Nas is wonderful. I truly am envious of your chance to spend an evening with him. Good luck if I don't see you before the next fight.
Thank you. I'm sure we'll see you. I mean, we usually see you before the fights.
I hope
I
so.
think.
And he nods and turns around and very quickly leaves the area.
I love a
In a
vote of
rush.
confidence from our man.
Anything that you all would like to do or say before you enter in?
I have a quick question.
Sure.
Did he ask me to take my robes off?
No.
Okay. So I still have those on.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Just I got my orange belt on. So.
All right, so entering into the house, you ascend the stairs and see the same two-floored entryway with extremely high ceiling, two-storied entryway with extremely high ceiling and polished floor. A large table dominates the center of the space within the room, and you can make out the 5 members of the Iron Legion milling about, dressed in very fancy clothing that looks strange on them, since you've only ever seen them in their armor and stuff. They're talking to one another. Upon seeing you, they give curt nods, and Lycan approaches, bowing slightly as he does so, and says, Vagabonds, congratulations for making it to the final 2.
Back at you.
I'm glad it's you. You were worthy opponents before, and I imagine your skills have only grown more sharp in the arena.
As of yours, I'm sure.
They certainly have. However, you have the advantage on us, having met Nas before. I have to admit I'm a little nervous.
He'll
You'll do fine.
He'll probably just show up naked, act like it's nothing.
I suspected as much. And everyone kind of greets each other and says hi and regular stuff. After that, Lycan kind of leans into you, Kanan, and he says, "Do you get the feeling there's more going on here than just a meal?"
Isn't there always?
I'm not sure, but... And then just then you hear 2 loud claps and the clacking of dress shoes on tile, and turn to see Nas Min descending from the lounge area. My future champions, congratulations on making it so far. And then he begins to circle the room, shaking each person's hands individually. Zarius, good to see you. Harriet, looking strong. Kanan, sharp as ever. And Ira, how about a nod instead of a handshake? Varis, and Nas noticeably does not give you a handshake or even look at you for more than a split second. Well, you all must be famished. Please sit. Enjoy the food while it's still warm. And Nas sits at the head of the table, clapping his hands twice once more, before a series of servants brings out tray after tray of delicious-smelling food. As they pull off the silver domes, it's just all kinds of exotic and beautiful, wonderful, delicious-smelling and tasting food. It's all very, very delicious. So you all feel free to dig in and eat. enjoy the meal. We don't need to pantomime eating. We can sort of fast forward through that. This isn't Peter Pan.
Oh, my tooth.
Yeah.
As soon as you say we don't need to pantomime
Yeah.
the eating, we start pantomiming the eating.
I was like, that didn't cross my mind, but now that you mention it. Is this Canada Dry?
Yeah.
Bold? Adventurers only version?
I don't
Adventures
even know
only.
where Canada is.
Oh my god.
What is this, Canada?
This is some exclusive stuff.
I think it's in the cipher. I think I remember seeing that somewhere.
Right next to the Red Bull.
I can point to it. It's right there. I'm not kidding. It's right there.
All right. So everyone eats, and there's light conversation. It's all very polite. And after eating, Nas is holding an ornate golden goblet, the same one that he had last time that you were here. And he's kind of reclining in the chair that he ate dinner in, his legs hanging over the armrest. And you notice that Lycan has the matching silver goblet, the one that Varis had last time. Throughout the dinner, you've noticed that Lycan has become more and more entranced by Nas. Nas slips deftly to his feet and raises the goblet high before saying, "Now, I know this may seem a formality, but there are a few traditional requirements we must get through, so rise to your feet and raise your glasses high for this toast." He waits for everyone to do so. Future champions of Renovash, you stand on the threshold of greatness. You have proven yourselves against the best fighters this world can produce, and you have risen to the top, conquering all. You have shown, by virtue of your prowess in battle, that the fighters of the Towered Protectorate are indeed to be feared. You fought terrifying and ferocious beasts, strange and alien magics. You fought the fear of death, and you've overcome all injuries. Here you stand, mere breaths away from attaining true greatness. One thing yet remains before you can reach out and take the title of champion for yourselves. You must win this final battle. Fight for your honor. Fight for your family name. Fight for your legacy. Fight for me. Prove to everyone that you are worthy to carry the rank from here on forward, and your fame will never die. However, this championship is but the beginning, for outside of this protectorate, there are those who seek to destroy us and our way of life. They value not the ways of truth and honor, but instead seek to tear down these hallowed institutions. They want the subjugation of every person in our great land. Let me be clear, friends. They want us for their slaves and think nothing of murdering us in order to subject us to that wretched condition. Only one person stands in their way: the Shepherd of Fire. I do not know what you may have heard about her in the past, but she is the true champion of the realm. She alone resists the onslaught of the forces of evil. But you, my friends, you have the opportunity to help her. You have the chance of a lifetime. You, who have proven yourselves worthy, can aid her to keep this realm free. The time will come, once you have been declared champions, when you have to make a choice, and really there is but one decision. Choose life. Choose happiness. Choose honor. Choose to fight alongside the Shepherd of Fire. Nas gives a little bow, and the music that you're hearing is playing around the room as he's telling this speech. And you see the Iron Legion is just wrapped up. They're stunned in silence, and they take a moment before erupting into applause. What would you all like to do?
And I was straight into
Oh
it.
my god! All of us are doing that the same beat.
She just straight like. She's not having it.
Now
Just
raise
gonna-
your glasses.
Yeah.
Here's to health. Here's to wealth. May you never doubt yourself. And Nas takes a big drink.
Thank you. Are you saying so we are now drafted into some sort of fire army?
You are not drafted.
Sorry, that sounded really stupid. That's was Abby that said that. But anyways, keep going.
To fight with the Shepherd of Fire is an honor few have the privilege of attaining. You could
Wow,
not
that's
choose
crazy.
it any more than it could choose you. It is a matter of destiny.
Right. It is the path of life.
Indeed, the path of life for this whole realm. Surely you didn't think these fights were the end.
Oh, well, only potentially the end of my life.
Where do you think all of the previous champions have gone?
Well, I thought you were the reigning champion.
I am. No one has defeated me. However, the other ones, the ones that win every year, where do you think they go?
Well, I guess that would make sense. To an army of some sort.
It's less a structured military and more an organized cell. You will take on individual tasks given by the Shepherd herself, wherever your skills are best suited.
Out of morbid curiosity, you've mentioned this is one path, the path of life, the path of... Is there another?
You can choose to retire, yes. You can choose to deny your obligation to help others. For as you know, with great power comes great responsibility. I had to do it. I had to.
Is this the path of death and darkness, I'm assuming? Give us a nice dichotomy.
I can't imagine someone who's unwilling to defend their home as choosing life.
Oh, well, of course, I'm just curious. Get a nice full picture of everything.
Everyone is free to
Okay.
make their own decision. That's one of the things that we fight for here.
And is retirement from the rings retirement from our lives, or will we be permitted to leave if we choose to retire against the dreams and life of this realm? Again, just curious.
Make a persuasion check. 14. You've no doubt seen my prefects here. You had to fight one to get into this arena. There are plenty of prefect positions available, as someone always wants to retire. You can be a layabout, like that older human man, the one that was friends with the wizard.
DM to player, do I know this human man?
Yeah, it was, I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
LeBron?
LeBron.
Oh, yeah, that guy. Yeah.
LeBron.
Okay. Good.
Not LeBron.
LeBron James?
Brown,
He knows LeBron.
Okay, back to it. Okay.
You could live on your past glories for the rest of your life. A rather pathetic end if you ask me, but to each their
So you
own.
wouldn't just kill us.
Why would I bother? If you're unwilling to rise to the challenge of the shepherd, certainly you're not worth my time.
It's valid. Several people don't share that view. Several people like death for the purpose of seeing it. I wasn't entirely sure what type of person you were, frankly.
There is an artfulness in death, of course. Something beautiful about taking a life. But if you're so disgraceful that you can't bother to defend your own home, it's like cleaning an infestation out with a golden sword. There's no point.
Well, you could sharpen a golden sword, but I see the metaphor.
So let me ask you all, what are your opinions on the Clendathian Empire?
Unaffiliated.
I don't know much. I know that, I don't have my journal with me. But I'm not very fond of the... Is the Clendathian Empire the one outside? We're in the Tard Protectorate.
Right.
All right, cleared up. Okay. I know that there was a nasty war, being someone from outside of it all. But I don't like the way they run things, necessarily. In the Clendathian Empire.
Very well.
I've been in the Protectorate.
And what about you? And he looks towards the Iron Legion. And you see Lycan and the others kind of enraptured in looking and paying attention to Nas. And he says, well, frankly, I think we need to go through and exterminate him. But being that that would take a rather large army, I don't think that's exactly practical. So what we should do instead is fight them ideologically. And Nas goes, very interesting. It's an interesting perspective. I hadn't expected someone from Haversteep to be so articulate. Well, what are your thoughts on Falderstep?
Oh, Falderstep?
Yes.
The herbalist is nice.
No.
I've studied there.
What do you think about the independence of a city-state fighting for themselves in the midst of the Protectorate? They don't share our ideals. They don't submit themselves to the rule of the Shepherd.
I think this is maybe something we might disagree on, and to respect you and your authority, I'd rather not comment.
I've asked, haven't I?
Well, I guess so. I really respect Falderstep and the system they have, and the independence that they encourage every member of the society to have, to be aware of their own surroundings and what they're getting themselves into. And their encouragement towards knowledge and understanding history.
Certainly they have an obligation to the larger populace, don't they? They are wealthy, after all. With their support, we could really bolster the whole Protectorate.
Oh, you think Falderstep should, I don't know, give money to the Tard Protectorate?
It's not about a financial donation. It's about their participation in the greater whole. We don't want to remove their independence any more than we want to remove our own.
Well,
But in the
I'm
face-
sure if
Go ahead.
you gave a good argument, wrote a fair contract, they'd be willing to help. But if they don't see the same ends, why should we force them?
Always with the contracts with Falderstep. They can never do anything for the good of it.
Well, how do you hold someone to their word if you don't have something to hold them to?
You treat them with honor and respect.
Oh,
That is
but
what
everyone's
honor is.
honor's different. I mean, honor where I come from comes from finding any kind of solid story you can share and showing that you've affected the world in some way. And I come back with that and a story that I've gathered, and I share it with my people, and I have all the honor. But here in Renovash, your guys' idea of honor is so different. It's amazing. It comes from strength and will of character and finding artistry and fighting. And I may not be very artful in fighting like Varis over there. I'm sure he understands more about it. But how do you hold people to that honor if, I mean, I come coming here, I didn't understand your guys' honor. I do now, but can't hold everyone to it.
So, that asks the larger question. Should the region have a central government or ruler? Or should each be left to find their own way, to stumble in the dark?
Is that the question you were asking, or are you just redirecting it because you got uncomfortable? Because I thought the question was about Falderstep fueling, like, becoming a part of this. And I thought that's where the question was going and not towards government, because government's a completely different thing.
I've asked 2 questions in succession. The first question, I asked about Falderstep, your thoughts. You gave me your thoughts. This is a second question, led into by your answer. Falderstep has a different method of governance than we do. The Tower Protectorate as a whole has a different method of governance than Falderstep. So I asked the question, which system should rule? Should a single
Over
ruler? Should an
everybody?
elected government? Should there be a representative government? Should there be a democracy? Should this region have a single ruler or not?
I think I'm just here to tell stories. I have very little opinion. If I find myself really loving the Tarid Protectorate, the Tarid Protectorate, I think I'd stay here and respect the rules here in the honor system. If I find myself really enjoying Falderstep, I could stay there for a while. Ultimately, I have to go back to my people. But I think, the people show eventually, at least from what I've gained from stories I've been told, is that the population of the people and their ability to think for themselves and their state of mind and emotion and stability really gives a good example for how a country is going. So I think that's something you can look at if you want an answer for that, but I don't have a personal answer. I don't like the way the Clindathian Empire does it, so I won't be going there.
And the rest of you, any thoughts?
In this grand system, who would you recommend be the one who's in charge of it all?
The one who already is. The Shepherd of Fire, of course.
Of course. So then what would... I'm assuming that desire is to unite everything?
Eventually, the Shepherd will unite the realm. Take back the territory of the Clindathian Empire that they have stolen from us.
Then I suppose opinions don't matter if it's destined to be already.
We each have our part to play. You have your skills, I have mine. This arena is a proving ground for capable warriors. Testing them, trying them, building them into the warriors that they could be. The true champions. They will go out and defend the realm. But what about you? Will you all continue to reap the benefits without giving anything back? Or will you do something for the good of everyone else?
I think that everybody contributes their good in different ways. You're saying this as if the only people that would contribute would be the ones who are the fighters. Of course you need tons of fighters, but that's not the only people a society would need. You still need strong workers, you still need all sorts of things. I think goodness has a more broader role to play.
An interesting perspective. What about you? And he looks over towards the Iron Legion. And they say, well, the only way forward, Lycan says, the only way forward is by uniting under the Shepherd. We must bring Falderstep into line. They have the resources, the materials, the experience to fight against the Clendathian Empire in a meaningful way. While I believe that Harriet is correct in that there are more people that make up a society than its soldiers, without the soldiers, there is no society. Nas kind of nods, and you're catching on very quickly, Lycan. Say, have you ever seen the arena from this point of view? And Lycan says, no, I don't think I have. And then Nas says, come with me. And he lifts him up out of the chair, and they walk off in that space. While he's absent, is there anything that you all would like to say and do? The Iron Legion guys are kind of just chatting amongst themselves.
Can I just, like, give a look down the table to the rest of the Vagabonds, like...
And politics.
Varis.
I'm just here for food.
So we're retiring, right?
Well, I'm not fighting for... Yes.
I was about to say our whole baggage claim, kind of... Yeah.
After claiming baggage in the lower realms,
We can talk more. We can talk more in the room. We don't. I think it's best we don't try to speak in codes.
right. The lower realms, like lower, like.
Yes,
hells.
yes. Kanan.
You're bizarre.
What was in that drink? Something.
Nothing alcoholic. I don't do alcohol anymore.
Anymore?
Well, after it wasn't a good experience. I may as well be drunk. Is it Lycan was it Lycan who I spoke to before our first game about okay, that's what I thought. I'm not gonna have any time to talk to him anymore about it. Okay. Just curious.
Curious about what they're talking about?
I mean, not really.
Didn't he do the same to you? Have you ever seen the arena from this viewpoint and took you up?
He didn't fill our minds with political propaganda before he invited me out.
Well,
I'll kind of lean
we can
in
go
close
look.
to the group and just say, I'm worried that since they agree with him a lot more than we do, if he's plotting something, if you catch my drift.
Right.
I am 30 steps ahead of you.
Are you saying we should go in and listen to him?
I'm saying I can turn invisible and go and listen.
You should do that. And we'll
Hold
cover and
on.
say you ran to the loo.
What? What?
As in he went to pee?
No, I wasn't questioning your
I know
linguistic choices. I'm questioning your choices.
He probably keeps the place very clean, but can I look around and see if there's any sort of like critter or bug or...
Yeah, you look
bird?
around, make a perception check.
Where? There it is.
27. You get a good look around, and this place is spotless. I mean, he's hosting two very well-reputed groups of people. Place is pretty immaculate.
Damn.
Harriet, do you have any problems with me going and spying invisibly?
Yes, I have a few.
What if he is plotting something?
And what if he can see right through you?
I think if you're going to go listen in, you walk right up there. We're not going to fool anybody here. We shouldn't try.
But it's fun sometimes.
It's not going to be fun watching you get shanked off that balcony.
It might be. But
No,
the show's about
I can say with certainty it's not fun.
That will disqualify us from the championships and we can leave.
Hold on.
I'm largely joking, but it's not meant to be funny.
You're probably not joking. Not going to stop you if you do it. But I just think at this point, we're not coming in here with lies. Just walk up there.
Oh,
I really want to know.
if he's gonna fuck with us,
It's already fucking with us.
yeah. I guess.
Honestly, of all of us, he probably holds the most favor to you, if what I've seen is correct. So,
Maybe he's making you jealous. It's going to be a whole hard to get thing. He's trying to get you to walk up there.
Well, now you're giving me more reason to.
I didn't say not go there. I said not think you're fooling him. That's all.
knowing him, he'd probably feel you go invisible. I don't know if that magic even exists, but this is
I thought I was
literally...
being clever by saying that I could turn invisible and go and spy on them, but now all of this shit you're throwing at me is going way over my head. You all are way too smart for me.
Because this is literally his house. And I'm sure he can feel when footprints are where they're not supposed to be.
I mean,
This
I
place
think
is
you should
pristine.
go. I think, why not try it? I mean, this is kind of the situation, if any.
And he
It
did
is a
And if you
deal.
get caught, you say you wanted to see if anything was wrong with the way he approached you. I mean, he didn't seem very pleased with you when he said hello to all of us.
And he even just said he wouldn't kill us unless we tried to kill him, so...
How far away are they?
The table is here, and then it's maybe like 20 feet up to where there's like a lounging throne kind of thing, and then it's down, descended from there another 15 or 20 feet. So they
Okay.
can't hear regular conversation very clearly, just like you can't hear theirs.
Should I go, yes or no?
I think you should.
My only question, what is the rest of the members of the Iron Legion? They're just sitting there
They just
at the
chit-chatting.
table, right? Just
Yeah, they're just
vibing.
snacking on
They don't
stuff.
seem concerned. They're just living their life.
No,
Okay.
they're good. You could tell they've been listening to you all,
Yeah.
but they're not like saying anything actively.
I can't stop you. I've said my piece. Your decision is yours to make.
Harriet?
Why not?
Ars will take the shitty cloak off and hold it like above his hand so his hand is in the cloak and make his sword appear in the cloak.
Mhm.
So it's hidden. And then he'll try to, as smoothly as possible, cast invisibility while placing the sword on his chair, so it looks like there might still be something in the chair.
Okay. It doesn't look great. It's not exactly
Yeah.
convincing
Yeah,
from
no.
any angle, but
Oh,
Not supposed to be convincing, it's just supposed to be something.
okay. Okay. So,
And then
You
he'll
are
quietly slide out of his chair and tiptoe towards where Nos took Lycan.
Okay.
Getting as close as he needs to be to hear, but probably no closer than I can understand their words clearly.
okay. Go ahead and make a perception check. Or, sorry, a stealth check with advantage because you're invisible.
Stealth check. I'll take it. 21.
Okay. All right. You creep up. You're doing pretty good, you feel. You move up the throne, managing not to squeak the chair as you back it out. And you move out up the way, pausing at the top of the sort of lounging throne area. Try to listen in, and you just can't hear it clearly enough, so you descend a little further down, and you see Nos has his arm around Lycan, and he's just like gesturing at different points of the arena, and you can see, even from this posture from behind, Lycan is very much like into it, like he's very much listening and kind of enraptured and entranced by what he's saying. What you hear as you approach is really almost the same thing that you heard when you were there, when he was speaking with you.
Okay.
And he's saying things like, "Oh, think about it, Lycan. When you accept this championship, when you become the champion, all of these people, they will near worship you. Everything you do will be like gold to them. You will be a true hero." Those kinds of things. A moment passes of you listening, and Nos turns and looks directly at you in your eyes and says, "You will be my champion."
I'll wink at him invisibly.
And then the two of them, he says, "Come, let's return back to dinner. Your friends must be waiting." The two of them turn and walk.
How far away am I from the table?
I don't know, maybe like 25, 30 feet.
Misty step.
Okay.
Preferably underneath the cloak.
Okay, easy enough to do. Yeah.
Make the sword go away and then wrap the cloak back on.
Okay.
Try and act like nothing happened.
And dropping invisibility, I assume?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
he's sitting invisibly.
Ooh,
No one will see this one.
I'm a go.
The Iron Legion watching this, like,
The two of them turn back, and you see, even on Lycan's face, he is just totally entranced. He's just not like in love with him in a romantic setting, but he's just, fully bought into this guy's personality. So two of them return and sit down again. Nas says, this has been an insightful evening. I appreciate you coming, Vagabonds. Your opinions have been informative. As for you, Iron Legion, I really anticipate your coming battle. I am very excited to see who will turn out the victor. But remember, death is not the end. Enjoy your evening, everyone. Goodbye.
Can I, real quick,
Sure.
can I insight check that your answers were informative?
Yeah, what are you looking for?
What the tone, like informative, like, like, was it just baseline, like, oh yeah, thanks for letting me know, or was it like, is he forming new opinions of us?
Make an insight check.
19.
All right. 19, good. You really can't tell. He's an incredibly slippery person. It seems as though he's being sincere, but also maybe he's not. It's really, really hard to tell. Yeah, I would say impossible for an Ira to tell.
Mm-hmm. Probably even with like a 28, right?
Yeah. But with that, the Iron Legion rises from their seats, and they go through, and he shakes everyone's hands once more, and it's a very polite, formal goodbye and everything. And when he gets to you all, he doesn't shake all of your hands individually. He just sort of addresses you as a group. Well, Vagabonds, I trust that I'll see you in the arena. And he winks at you all. Enjoy your evening.
You as well, darling.
And he turns and walks out towards his lounge to look out over the arena again.
Guess we start trying to leave.
Yeah, easy enough to do. You make your way down at whatever pace you would like to, really. Nobody's trying to slow you down or stop you or anything. There's no, nothing in the way. So you'll head down and exit out into the rich neighborhood. Is there anything you'd like to do before you leave the area altogether? All right.
Well, I don't think that was very successful. On our way out, just
Sure.
talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I don't know, maybe that I've upset Nas with my opinions.
Isn't that the point?
I think if
I
you've
don't-
upset Nos with your opinions, you've done something right.
I don't think ever going into that did we say, let's say exactly what he wants to hear right now. I don't think I was ever part of the agreement.
Right. I just hope it doesn't affect our outcomes in the fights.
What's the worst that could happen? We all die? That is the worst that could happen, isn't it?
Actually, not according to him.
Yeah. That was interesting. I mean, never mind. But yeah. Curious that he would say it. We'll just have to wait until the fight to find out.
Yeah.
Or we can just win.
Then what?
Well, I don't know if this is the place to talk about that.
Do we
Maybe.
retire and die?
Not even that. Like, what do? We put up a statue of Varis?
Yeah?
We-
Yes! Don't even
boo.
tempt me with that. This is a serious conversation. The answer is always yes.
What happens? We win.
We leave.
We let Anira stop getting stuck with us and our nonsense. Let her go back to the forest where she wants to be.
I
Bars.
like having an Ira around.
Yes,
Bar-
hello?
What joy do you find in fighting?
What joy do I find in fighting?
Genuine question. I'm not trying to accuse or any. It's a question asking for a question.
Well, I mean, part of the joy of fighting is demonstrating my own skill, specifically with a skill that I know can help keep other people safe. That's definitely part of it. Of course, the main thing is putting on a performance for the entertainment of or watching it, but that's not something specific to fighting, you know. It's also just what my family's always done, so. Does that answer your question?
In a way. In the he who must not be named brought up, and I know he was just trying to get into our heads, blah blah blah, but I've been struggling with my own purpose, and yes, I'm following you, and yes, I enjoy my time following you, but I'm not sure why I am. I'm trying to. I was hoping maybe being in Renovash would ignite a sense of duty, but now I just have to kill people and feel bad about it. So.
Well, there's, wouldn't sell yourself short. There's power in finding what you don't like. You found things that are not what you want to be. We encounter a lot of bad people. And every day I make sure that I'm not becoming them, right? Like, that's what, you can, I'm not saying it's good that you're here. I'm not saying that this is where you're supposed to be, but you are here. And there are ways that you can learn from, find your purpose from being here by how uncomfortable you are in situations. You can listen to that, right? And what you miss, the things you long for, you can find that here.
I'm not upset that I'm here. It's not. I don't spend my day. I do long for the forest, but that's just kind of. I haven't left it in 30 years, But I hear you. Yeah.
Can I be honest with you for a moment, Anira?
What was that?
Can I be honest with you for a moment?
Always.
And I don't want this to come off mean, I just don't have a better way of saying this, but you mentioned not really knowing your purpose here. And I'm not going to lie that sometimes I do question that as well, like why you are here, because, we, the three of us, four of us, wherever Zarius is off at, we have history together. We have history with who we just killed, and we all kind of have this similar aligned goal, I guess. Whereas you have your goals of nature and protecting the forest and wanting to go back to the forest. And I don't think about it a lot because I don't think a lot, but it does cross my mind sometimes why you're still here. And that's not to say that I don't want you here. I love having you here. You're great in combat, you're blunt, honest. But I also want to make sure that you're doing something that you want to do. That's all.
Well, initially, I had already left the forest before I met you, because I met you all in that swamp with the corpse flowers. But my mentor instilled a sense of wonder and adventure that I had never felt. And this was only 10 or so years ago, and I haven't been quite comfortable enough to leave until however long ago it was now. And I do. Like, right now, initially my purpose was to just get into Falderstep. And then we got into Falderstep. I went to the herbalist, and then you all were like, we're gonna go do Varis' thing. And you had me along, and the story writes itself.
Well, what's a Naira's thing? Let's say, we're doing Varis' thing, which is expanded to our thing. But hypothetically, let's go do a Naira's thing. What's that?
I'm not really sure. My sense of purpose was surviving. until I met Kietimal, and then it was learning. And then it was just surviving again, but more prepared to survive this time. This is the first time in my very few years of life, relatively compared to most elves, of being able to have a purpose other than how do I wake up the next day? As weird as that is to say here, but there's a tavern I can go get food at. There's a place I can buy clothes. I am safe from wild animals. This is the first time in my life I can try and be a person instead of a surviving force in a forest, you know? Right. Have you heard of this great man Maslow?
Great wizard Maslow. Well, you know, you don't have to have an answer right away. But if what you say is true, you know, think about it. I think that can... What you long for can reveal a lot. About purpose, about... You know, all of us were vagabonds, not secure in our spots that we have made for ourselves. That is not our name. We all are wanderers. We all are looking for things, so, you know, what are you looking for is kind of, I guess, the question.
The main one... Sorry, go.
And know that, you know, when we're not doing other things, if you do have things that you want to do, that we can go with you. If you want to do something, you don't have to leave us to do it.
I wish you all could have met Kietimal. He was amazing. And he's the exact person I need to talk to right now, but that's not quite possible, so... I'll figure it out. We've got another fight to get through, right?
Well, I think I'd rather... You're more important to me than some fight.
Well, I don't want to ruin our chances of ever coming, because if we withdraw from the fights, we're just never allowed back in Renovash.
Oh, I really wanted to come back here. Oh no, I was going to retire in Renovash. That was my plan.
Well, I'm mostly thinking of the really powerful enchanter ally we've semi-made that could be our enemy at any given moment, but we're ignoring that for right now.
There is text him.
There's enemies everywhere. Friends are much harder to come by in Naira, and that's why I care about you.
That was Sky sticking their tongue out, not Naira. That's just my immediate. That's just Sky's immediate reaction to that. Yeah.
It's true.
Back to the room. And she's just gonna like start walking, assuming we weren't already walking.
You.
I was gonna say about this time I would assume that you have almost arrived at the room.
Yeah, she just cuts ahead of everybody.
Yeah, darts in there. Zarius immediately goes to sleep.
Oh, still hungover.
You know...
Makes me feel like a god.
Oh no, that's the last thing we need.
I can fly. This man's been on a hangover for a week, and well, my head hurt the first day.
He has been
many
hungover
talents.
for a week.
I'm not about to worship you, Varis. Sorry.
What is our plan, though? If we do win.
Reject the... retire? Or run for it?
Become the scorn of Nas Min. Well, you did say that some of the retired became the prefects, or...
Then we have to stay here.
Aren't we claiming our baggage?
I was going to say, does any of that matter if...
I don't get all the head nods. If we're dead?
No, if he's dead.
Oh.
Okay, we don't need to worry about retiring if we just claim our baggage.
We'll have a lot to worry
Didn't-
about. This
didn't we
entire
talk to-
town's gonna collapse.
Didn't we talk to Balthazar about this?
Maybe. I don't retain that much information for that long, so
Did. So I don't. We know how these things work. You just. It's same in hell. You cut one out, another one just shows up. Things
I
don't
think,
die.
I think another will just take his place.
another one didn't kill my cousin. Or try to brainwash my sister.
I'm not saying we shouldn't kill him. I'm just saying we can't think it's all over once we kill him. I know we work with Balthazar, but he's I don't know. He's probably the next most powerful person I could cite here.
Yeah. Everyone in. I don't know.
As much as I hate him, I would trust him with this city, or at least to run it in a way that's not adhering to all of that flaming bitch of an elf bullshit.
He's corrupt, but he's not as corrupt.
Yeah.
One of those lesser of two evils, I think.
Yeah.
Hasn't he expressed distaste of the shepherd, though?
If he has
Balthazar?
Yeah.
even more reason why it would be better to have him than Nas Min.
And I'm sure, as we talked about with him before, he's waiting for his moment to strike, as he suggested you do with He Who Must Not Be Named. He's sitting in wait.
So will we just run? We kill him and then we have fun, Balthazar, and leave?
Well, if we include him in the plans.
We
But we
could
leave.
include him in the plan.
You know,
then
we're not
yes,
we-
we leave.
we're not staying here.
Oh, fuck no.
I do want to be remembered here. But we're not gonna stay here.
So
What
should
to be remembered for? That impacts what we do.
I don't know, but I'm tired after all the discourse with Nos. So I'm gonna join Zarius and sleep. Abby's brain is too much to decipher what came.
A lot to think about. And you do bring up a good point that maybe we should wait until everyone's, conscious to have that conversation.
We're not going to decide it in one night. We're going to have to keep talking about it.
And I'm sure we have a more than happy ally sitting in a neon shop.
What?
His neon sign. I was trying to make I'm
Oh, you mean Balthazar? Okay.
Let's get some rest. I think we all need it.
All right. And that's where we'll call it for tonight. I appreciate you all playing. This is a lot of fun. Sorry, it was a lot less intense of a session than I had originally wanted for this whole dinner thing. But,
we shopped and roleplayed.
Yeah. I mean, it's, yeah. Next week is likely going to be the fight, so unless I don't have time to write, we'll see.
That's fair.
But next week will likely be the championship fight. As I forgot to mention, the final fight is a week after this meal.
Okay.
So I just forgot to mention that. So that will be fun. But for all of our wonderful audience, our vagabonds, I don't know what to call them. What did we say we were going to call them? We had our baggage. Is that it?
Our baggage.
What? I don't think we
That
talked
sounds
about that.
bad.
Is it
I don't think
baggage
we talked
clan?
about Bond villains.
Bond villains?
Bond.
Whatever it is.
Vagabond.
Whoever you are. We're thrilled
You.
to have you. Thank everyone. Enjoy the rest of your night.